February 21st of 1979, Brian Lee O'Malley was born in Ontario, Canada. This artist, writer, and cartoonist is most famously known for the Scott Pilgrim graphic novels. In these books, Scott Pilgrim is a slacker / part-time musician who falls in love with a girl named Ramona. The catch is, he has to fight her 7 evil exes. These graphic novels became so popular that in 2010, Edgar Wright made the movie Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. Played by Michael Cera, Scott Pilgrim must defeat Ramona's Flower's 7 evil exes in order to be with her. In my opinion, that's a lot of work just for love. But maybe love is worth fighting for, even if your partner forgets about you entirely. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World was distributed by Universal Pictures. 5 years after Scott Pilgrim, Universal Pictures distributed another movie about fighting for love and the importance of family. Today, the Moist Boys review, Furious 7. Welcome to
Monday
Moist.
7. It's just Monday 7.
Monday 7.
All right, hit it.
Hey, Roman, you freaking out?
No.
Yes, you are.
Can somebody just walk me through what we're supposed to be doing?
Welcome back
To the Moist Monday podcast spin-off series where we're diving into the Fast and Furious franchise.
Calling
Today,
it the Moist and the Monday, but today.
Yeah, today is just Monday 7. So stupid, just like the name of these movies.
Yep.
Because today we're reviewing Furious 7. Why is there 7 of these movies? There's a lot more.
But speaking of which, that's my first note.
We're jumping into the notes immediately. All right, let's do it.
No, I'm saying my first note was before I even put the movie in. It's when I grabbed the movie off my shelf and it said Furious 7. I think I can't remember what, same crew, one last ride. I'm like, I'm already aware there's so many more movies after this.
No, but you know why they said that.
Yeah, I know.
It's a spoiler alert, because I have notes on that because I didn't know that going in.
Oh, you didn't know that was this movie?
I didn't know that was this movie and I forgot, and it hit me. But I don't want to give it away, so let's jump into trailers.
All right.
So yeah, this is if you guys haven't seen these movies, we're going to talk about everything. So spoiler alert for everything. But this movie came out in 2015, so.
And this movie had a very famous ending.
Yeah, a lot of people knew about this movie.
Because I knew about the end. I'd seen the ending before.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I was just curious how they did it.
Yeah, because it's very iconic. But we'll get there.
We will get there.
In due time.
All right, so we start with commercials.
Yes, I love this. Because this time Jacob actually has trailers because we have the same movie.
Robert gifted it to
buy
me.
3, get 1 free, and I bought Furious 7 twice. So the first trailer, Fast and Furious Supercharged Ride at Universal.
Because the plan was I'm going to Universal later this year, but this is only at the Hollywood version.
That's
so
dumb.
Not in Florida.
So there's not even a Fast and Furious one in Florida?
I don't think so. I'll double check. But yeah, so it's
that
Fast
means-
and Furious Supercharged, which means eventually.
So that means for the podcast, we got to go to Universal.
Yeah,
in
we have to.
California.
Yeah,
Where's it? Los Angeles?
Yeah, which is in California.
I've never been to California. What if the reason I go to California is for this fucking
It's fine.
podcast?
Ooh, I wonder if any of the filming locations are open for viewing, though.
Oh my god.
Like, can we go to 1327?
Dude.
That'd be awesome, actually.
Oh my god. We're going to go on a Fast and Furious road trip.
If we only did Fast and the Furious stuff there, that'd be so awesome.
What's funny is this bit was a joke. Doing this whole miniseries was a joke, but now I'm attached, and now
I care.
And also what's really funny is once we finish the movies, the series ain't done, guys.
No, it's just begun.
It's just begun. We got big plans coming. There will be a little bit of break once we do all the movies because we got to plan some things out.
We need a breather.
But there's a lot more Fast and Furious. It's going to become our lives. And since we're talking about it, we're getting the hashtag. We're trying to spread the hashtag Moist Boys Go Fast.
Get us in the next Fast and the
Yeah,
Furious
our
movie.
goal is to become an extra in one of the Fast and Furious movies, so we're trying to recruit all of our followers and listeners,
to
all 3 of you out there.
all the Moist Mutual Army.
Oh, yeah, all the Moist
Mutual Military.
The Moist Mutual Military.
Get on it. Hashtag
Damn.
Moist Boys Go Fast.
Dude, I just want our names to be in the credits, and I just want to, man, even if it's just in a dumb scene where it's a wide shot and a car drifts past me, I just want to be in the front like,
Oh, or if we're just in the background of a race war, but we're just like staring directly at the camera so you can spot.
and then we just keep turning and saying family, and the director's like, cut, you're not supposed to talk. We get kicked out, so we're not actually in it.
Or we're dressed exactly like Vinny Boy.
Yeah, we walk in a white, and we have a cross Netflix.
Wife beater. Yeah, we have the same necklace, and we're just Corona.
And the people are like, where's your costumes at? And we're like, oh, I brought these from home. I thought it fit the movie.
Family.
Moist Boys Go Fast.
Hashtag it.
All right, let's get it going. All right, next, got me so hyped. Back to the Future trilogy on DVD and
my God.
Blu-ray. Back to the Future, incredible.
Because also Back to the Future, maybe my favorite car movie to ever exist.
Whoa.
Because my dream car would be the DeLorean because it's just so iconic. I think it's a horrible car in real life because that's the only
What
car.
about the Jurassic Park Jeep?
Do you know I almost actually bought one of those?
Wait, what?
I had a friend who was like, dude, there's one. It's $500. You want to go halfsies?
Wait, it was only $500?
I mean, it was like a shitty Jeep with just that paint job. It probably wasn't even like a real Jeep, but it just had that paint job.
Oh my God, that'd be incredible.
I know. I very strongly considered it. But also I was thinking about the Back to the Future. Isn't it wild that the second Back to the Future, the one where they go into the future,
It's
is
2015.
set in the past? That's insane.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking you were going to say something. When they go, the future for them is 2015.
Yeah, so it's the
year this
past
movie
for
came
us.
out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
Oh,
They were already past 2015, which is the future for them.
Yeah, and their future was so much nicer.
Yeah, they
than
had
ours,
hoverboards. They had self-lacing shoes.
which I don't need that.
No, but it was cool.
Hoverboards I would like. Well, we have those shitty. Well, they're not
Dude,
shitty.
it is weird that it's called Back to the Future and then they go into the past.
In the first one, yeah. But then they have to go back to the future, which to them I guess is just the present. But also, once time travel exists, does time really exist?
It's also like, I like the name Back to the Future, but it also doesn't kind of apply.
Yeah.
I feel like they could have named it something else.
Because the weird thing about time travel is once it exists, it will exist forever in
Yeah,
the
because
future.
that means it's already existed.
Because I think once it starts, that's the beginning. Like, I don't think you can go back in time with time travel, but I think if it's invented, then in the future, you can go back to the moment it was invented, which means everything is invented at the moment time travel was invented. Because you think, like, if you're in the future and you're like, oh, this invention made so much money, I could go in the past and pretend like I invented it. So, like, patents would not... Like, all patents would exist the moment time travel existed.
Life would fucking get crazy because instantly we would have everything, and we're just like. But also, when you think about it, like how fast technology has advanced, you go, a little sketchy.
I think that's why our like society, like we're a little fucked up. I truly believe technology has evolved faster than we were capable
100%.
to.
Our brains can't handle it.
Yeah, and that's why like everyone's like depressed about like social media shit, like all that. Like
Yeah.
we're not supposed to see the entire world at all
times. Yeah, and also like being able to stream podcasts whenever and wherever you want.
It's a dangerous game.
Yeah, it's a dangerous game. But also, I'm glad that you have a smartphone and you're listening to us right now.
Hashtag Moist Boys Go Fast.
Yeah, man, supposed to go fast. Let's move on to the next trailer.
Have you seen this movie?
For
Dope.
I've heard of it.
It's fan-fucking-tastic.
Is it really?
This was one of my favorite movies of that year that came out.
It looked really good.
It's so good. Like that is...
I just remember hearing about it when it came out because it was like a big deal.
Because it wasn't like a huge movie, but like anyone who saw it was obsessed with it, and I was included in that. No, that is a great fucking movie. I recommend it to anybody.
I'm gonna have to check out Jope. The next one, this is I just said Jesus Christ. Tremors 5.
Yeah.
Bloodlines.
Yep.
And I said, oh, the first Tremors,
Great.
incredible. Dude.
Dolly Parton's in it. Fucking Kevin Bacon's in it.
Did you notice that in the
They
trailer?
walk. Tremors are walking around.
Oh yeah.
It's
Well,
not just a giant
it's
worm
so
anymore.
Freaking dumb that they're a fifth one.
I own the first 4.
Oh my God. Well, now there's 5. You can go get it.
I think there's
But
more
did
than
you
5.
notice in the trailer there was a Die Hard reference?
Yep.
And he's like, "Come to,
Yeah.
You'll have some fun."
Yeah, I know,
And
I
it's
know,
just
that's
like,
it.
and I was like, "Oh my
the fuck are
God.
you doing?
Yeah, like, Jesus. I was just like, it looks terrible.
Because I own the first 4. I've only seen the first one.
The first
though.
one's incredible.
The first one's great because I know in one of them they fly, which doesn't make sense because they're blind. They rely on like the vibrations.
Yeah,
and
that's
shit.
the movie is called Tremors.
Yeah, like it's sandworm. Like it's an understandable villain, and also because there's one guy who's in all of them, and I think one of the movie takes place in the Old West, and he's in that one too.
Hell
and it's
yeah.
just like his
It's
like
just still him.
relative. Yeah, but it's the same actor. Yeah, and I think that's so funny.
I think these movies would be terrible, but I think they would be kind of fun.
I would do the Tremor series. I mean, I love horror movies that expand on
That
themselves
are
horribly.
ridiculous.
I mean, like I own the first 4 Leprechauns. I own.
Oh,
all the
we just
Nightmares.
picked up the Leprechaun 4-pack.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's cheap.
Yeah, I didn't. I thought it was gonna be worth some money because Leprechaun, but no, it was very cheap.
The first 3 I actually enjoy. The 4th one, Leprechaun Goes to Space, it's fine. And
it
then
goes to space. Is there more after 4?
yeah, there's 2. There's Leprechaun in the Hood. There's 2 of those, and then there's
Leprechaun in the Hood.
Yeah, I've never actually seen it. And then there's Leprechaun Origins, which I don't think has the original. Because fuck, who's the original Leprechaun?
Louise.
He's fuck. He's Willow. He's in Star Wars. He's in Star Trek. He's in Doctor Who. He's in a shit ton. I'm pissed I can't remember it. But in one of them, they didn't even contact for him. Instead, they contacted Hornswoggle
Who?
from WWE.
Hornswoggle.
Yeah, the little person who's attached to the Irish wrestler.
What? And he played the leprechaun?
Yeah, he's dressed like a leprechaun. You don't know who Hornswoggle is? You like wrestling.
I probably recognize him, but
I
he's
can't remember.
probably a joke wrestler.
Yeah.
The only like smaller wrestler that I know is Doink the Clown.
Wow, I've never heard of him.
He was old school, and he literally dressed as a clown. And then he had like a brother, I think, that
'Cause I think
Dink. I think Dink, yeah, Doink and Dink or something. I don't quite know, but that was like, I'm not like super into wrestling that I know all about the weird stuff. I mean,
All right, so do you know Finlay, the wrestler?
yeah, he's Irish. Yeah.
Yeah, he's his like partner.
What the heck?
Yeah, the Hornswoggle.
Oh my god, I've seen him.
There's a photo of him just getting kicked in the face.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know.
That's so ridiculous. Next trailer is for the Fast 7 soundtrack.
I believe you mean Furious 7.
I'm pretty sure in the thing they called it Fast 7.
Really? I wouldn't doubt
I'm
it.
pretty sure they called it Fast 7. Dude, and I don't know if you caught this, but it was number 1 on iTunes. Number 1 in 59 countries and number 1 movie around the world? Question mark. And then I put, I'll be the judge.
Because
They were hyping this movie and soundtrack
well, no,
up,
because
apparently.
that song got so big. It's a great song.
I will
I'll
say
see
this
you again.
I thought that song was fine, but I did like the soundtrack of this.
Yeah, me
like
too.
mostly overall. It didn't have like super iconic songs like the first couple did, you know.
I think it had the most iconic of all of them, and it's the "I'll See You Again" song.
Dude, I didn't like that song. But like, remember when like
liked it.
Ooh Ah was in a
Yeah,
movie, and then
that
like
was good.
Rollin' by Limp Bizkit, and then Kid Rock, like it was like, you know, like I like that kind of stuff. But I like this soundtrack.
Yeah.
And then the last trailer was for Pitch Perfect 2.
Because what
Yikes.
I took that being is that's the series that took over for Bring It On.
Oh, 100%.
Yep. So
I loved the first Pitch Perfect.
yes, great.
I saw it in theaters. I went on a date with a girl.
Yeah.
That's one of our friends.
Yep. I thought so. I thought you went with them.
Yeah, so that was our first date. We went to go see Pitch Perfect because she like worked at the movie theater,
Oh yeah.
and then I would go to the movie theater just to see her.
Not a friend of the pod.
Not a friend of the pod, but it was. And then I got really obsessed with that movie, and that's like Anna Kendrick, man.
Yeah.
That was really good.
And then they made 3 of them.
Yeah, there's 3 of them.
I've never
They
seen the
got-
second
they
or
got
the third.
terrible.
I assume they weren't.
It's kind of like I like the first High School Musical, and then they made High School Musical 2 and 3. It's just
Yeah.
like, okay, settle down.
First one's good. Yeah.
I think there's good songs in the second one. My
I don't
sister was
remember.
playing the soundtrack a couple days ago, and
I
I
don't
was
remember
like,
the second one well.
but Bob to the Top? Stick to what you know. Stick to the status
That's
quo.
the first one.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's what I'm
okay.
saying. Like
Oh,
all these
okay.
songs.
Yeah, no.
Got to get your head in the game.
Yeah. No, the first one's
Come
fucking
on,
great.
dude.
Yeah.
Come on.
Then like the third one I know nothing about because the second one's when they're at like summer camp or
Yeah,
something.
the second one is
They play baseball at some
no. The
time?
second one they all work at like a country club
Weird.
because it's summer vacation,
Is
and they
that-
all work at the same country club.
Is that the one where he like sings the song while running around in a field that everyone really loves?
I don't know.
'Cause I don't know the song. I just see that people keep like putting other songs over it.
And it's just Zac Efron running in a field.
I think so, yeah. And
I
it's awesome.
guess I don't know.
Oh, did you know in the first High School
He
Musical?
doesn't sing.
Isn't that insane? But
Yeah.
he sings in the rest of them,
I was-
and he's a great singer.
Yeah, he's done musicals like live,
a
like
lot,
Broadway
yeah.
stuff. Here's what I was talking to my sister about this. No joke, like a week ago, because like we were listening to like the soundtrack on a drive.
Yeah.
I was like, how did he get drafted or like put into the first movie if he wasn't singing?
Yeah.
And the guy, my sister told me the guy who sings for him in the first movie is in Cinderella Story, and he's a really good singer,
Okay.
and like he's actually in it and sings. I've never seen that, but I was like, oh, that's who actually sang for him in the first movie. But
only Cinderella
can you
Story
imagine if like
That sucks for that guy.
no, but like if they would have picked someone that could have sang, Zac Efron wouldn't be a person. He wouldn't be famous.
I mean, he was so handsome though. He could have gotten another good break.
Yeah, but High School Musical is what pushed
Yeah,
him.
no, that's what started him
dude,
for sure.
Have you also heard that he wishes he wouldn't have done High School Musical?
Fuck you,
Like
Zac
he
Efron.
said that out. Like he regrets doing it. It's like, dude, that's what put you on the fucking map.
Yeah, because
Like,
that.
shut up,
That
dude.
and also he dated Vanessa Hudgens.
Yeah,
didn't he?
dude, who cares? It's
Well-
an iconic movie.
Well, like the only instance of that I could imagine is Robert Pattinson regretting doing Twilight. That I would
Yeah,
believe.
but now he's fucking Batman.
But he would have become famous either way because I think he has like technically a perfect face, like
Dude,
scientifically.
Well, and like,
he's so good.
what's crazy about like those people that had those iconic roles is they're so good that they popped out of it. Harry Potter, for example.
But also that was a good role.
What do you mean?
Like those were great movies.
Oh, all the movies that he's in.
Well,
Yeah.
like High School Musical's decent. Twilight's not great, but like
No, but I'm
Harry
saying like
Potter's
he was known for Harry Potter,
And he's-
and now he's done so many things that he's also known for now. Like
He's still known
it's
as
so
Harry
hard
Potter.
to break the mold.
Yeah.
But
Same with like Elijah Wood. He does weird stuff now. I like him.
Dude, what's that movie where the mannequin movie? You know what I'm talking about with Elijah Wood?
Oh, Swiss Army? No.
Oh, there's a really creepy like mannequin movie with Elijah Wood. I can't remember what it's called, but it's really good. It's a dark film. There's a really cool like mirror shot, dude.
No, because I was
But
thinking.
also Wilfred, incredible.
Oh, right.
Dude,
Wilfred
that show
was good.
Dude, I loved that show.
Because I was thinking Daniel Radcliffe in Swiss Army Man, which is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Oh, Paul Dano's in that, right?
I think so.
That's the guy who.
Because I confused Paul Dano with one other guy.
Yeah, Paul Dano is fucking Riddler.
Yeah. Was he Little Miss Sunshine?
Yeah.
Okay.
Paul Dano, and he's also in Ruby Sparks, which is a highly recommended movie for me.
Yeah, you've told me about
It's in
that.
the same boat as 500 Days of Summer.
Who do I always confuse him with then? I don't know.
I have no idea. But you know what? We're jumping in to Furious 7, and the setting is London.
Because I was very confused at first because I didn't know if he was Shaw or not because the last villain's name is Shaw, and then we find out his name is like Derek.
Yeah, I wrote it down.
What is it?
But I don't know yet. I didn't write it down right now. But Shaw is in the hospital, and Jason Statham is his brother.
So they're both Shaw,
Yeah,
which I was
that's
annoyed.
very like. Why would you?
Well-
If your bad guy name is Shaw in 6, and then the next movie the bad guy name is Shaw, why would you do that?
Well, because also
To give him a different name or call him something else.
Well, no, because also
I get
Shaw
you
2 is in the 6th movie too, so they knew they were gonna have him. So if you knew he was, because he was at the post credits.
He's like, you'll know who I am soon.
Yeah. So if they're in the same movie and they're both named Shaw, and you knew you were gonna give him the next movie, and he was gonna be better than the first Shaw, and you wanted to use the name Shaw, why didn't you give the first Shaw a first and last name?
Yeah, and then people refer to him like by his first name or something.
Yeah.
But they mention his last name Shaw or something.
Well, they call him Shaw, and now they're calling this guy Shaw.
Yeah, and it's just so confusing. But you find out it's his biggest or his big brother.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, cool.
And he's like talking to him in the hospital, and then you kind of pull to the corner and you see two people cowering.
Yeah, and I'm like, and like the nurses are like cowering, and I was like, what the heck's going on?
And he's like, you better take care of him.
And then he starts walking through the hospital, and the hospital's falling.
Fucking destroyed.
And I'm just like, Jesus Christ!
This man is terrifying.
And then he blows up the hospital.
On the way, like
His brother's in there. Did you think about that?
I did not think of.
He literally like on his way out like blows it up.
Or does it like the destruction kind of blow it behind? Does he like throw a bomb or something at the
I don't quite remember.
I think it just kind of
I think
part of it
yeah,
explodes.
because it's like falling apart as he's walking. So he did all that destruction when he walked in
to
there.
get to
His brother, and then he's like, "You better take care of him, or else I'll kill you."
Yeah.
like it's just like they're already starting off this movie showing that this guy is a crazy person,
terrifying,
but like literally evil.
Yes, and
evil. Because a lot of the bad guys haven't been super evil. I mean, last movie,
other Shaw was because of the tank scene.
yeah, but we didn't realize he was super evil till that part.
And this one we're kicking off.
He's
with
kicking off with like this guy's worse,
And, like,
more badass.
Braga was crazy in a way you could understand. The villain of the 4th movie sucked.
Yeah, and then when you got Drift King, DK from 3.
Yeah, and I don't. Yeah, because he was just the cousin or the nephew of the Yakuza.
Yeah,
He
I
wasn't
love
in
how we're
Yakuza.
just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Like the first movie just happened in LA, and now 7 we're in
I have a
London.
note- I
Now
have
it's worldwide, baby.
I have a note about like the main villain of the first movie that I think is really funny.
So now
we're into credits.
intro credits start rolling, and
You took the same note I did. That I was pissed. Where I wrote out "fuck you" intro credits. I just saw Gal Gadot's name.
yeah. So I didn't write that down, but I did catch that. But my opening thing about the credits was, "What the hell? Ronda Rousey's in this movie?"
Oh, I didn't even read that.
Yeah, I read her name and I said, "What the fuck? Why is she in this movie?" I don't know.
Well,
And then
kind of
I
find
said,
out later.
and then I said, "God damn it! I saw Lucas Black is in the credits," and I instantly knew he's from Tokyo Drift.
Because
And
you
I
didn't
said,
remember his real name. I don't either because I just wrote Bama Boy when he
yeah,
shows up.
Tokyo Drift.
The new DK.
and I was like-
the Drift King of Tokyo is from Alabama.
And I was like, "Why is Lucas Black in this movie? He's terrible." And luckily, he's not in there for very long. We'll talk about him more when we get
I
to
thought
it.
he was gonna be like a part of the team.
Yeah, I thought he was going to join the team. And I was like,
that'd be so
God
funny.
damn it. All right. So now it cuts back to L.A., I'm guessing?
I think so. Yes.
Yeah, because Dom and Letty driving.
And yeah, because
But I said, not good. It does. It seems like Dom is getting frustrated with her because she's not Did you catch on this?
I didn't see
'Cause-
that he was frustrated. I just thought he was sad.
Well, yeah, he's this
It's just-
emotion because
it's a bummer.
because he's trying to get her to remember things, but she's not remembering. And like that kind of hit me. I was like, man, can you imagine like being in that situation where like she like legit doesn't remember?
And there's a really good line about that later.
Oh, is there really?
Yeah, but my thing was, has he taken her to like a therapist, or is he just being like, "Look at this car. Do you remember?" And that's it. I think that's
probably.
all he's
Yeah,
doing.
You're getting better at that.
And he's just
at
like,
that.
family.
You're getting better at the
I don't
Vinny
think
boys.
it is.
But then they pull up to the race wars.
And it's
Dude, I wrote down, this is my first quote of the movie, and she goes, "Oh, race wars," and he goes, "Race wars? We invented it."
yeah.
So it's like, you did?
My next
That's
note-
never been established that you invented it.
So my next note is, so they're still calling them race wars,
Yeah,
huh?
there's still race wars.
But did you see her smile when they were like driving through all the shit?
Yeah.
It was the cutest fucking thing.
Yeah, I feel like she's
that's
not. She's like in the first couple movies, she was just super aggressive and
She was
angry
just
all
there,
the time,
yeah.
and now she's like there's
She's got some
emotion
quips,
to her.
like she's kind of funny. She's
Yeah.
enjoying where she's at.
And I'm like, because
like-
in the first couple movies, she's kind of like a bitch, you know.
well, I mean, like,
but also, she didn't really have a role. She was just like
in
an
the,
object.
in the first movie, in what the
Fourth? Yeah,
in the
I guess
fourth
she
one,
was
she
on-
dies right away,
Oh
right?
yeah, true. I guess it was just the first movie.
And like,
And she
she's
gets
just,
in a car accident.
yeah, she's just not great. Yeah.
Um,
but like, yeah, she's so fucking cute. Like, it's the first time I've thought like, oh, she's adorable too. Like, she's kind of scary hot.
Yeah.
But then like, you're like,
And she's a
"Aw."
badass. And I said, this already feels like a Fast and the Furious more. Like, it feels like a Fast and Furious movie more than the last movie.
And my next note is like, for not being a car guy, this looks like a lot of fun because this was so next level shit.
And it just felt like, I was like, we're back to the roots, baby. Like, we're back. Like, it feels.
Kind of.
Yeah,
Because
that's
my
yeah.
next note is is this legal now? Because there's a lot of sponsorship.
Ooh.
Because there was like a monster van. No, there was a Red Bull jump.
A
yeah.
lot of shit. And then I said, so much slow motion booty.
Yes. No.
So much.
No,
And
I have a note later. This is I think this is the hottest Fast and the Furious yet. The fucking girl who like called the race. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, dude, so many hot girls. And
But,
then I was like, simulation overboard for Letty.
Well, I have a
She's
note.
getting overwhelmed, and I
I have a note before that.
Okay,
It's
okay.
about when they're getting ready for the race. This is when she's still okay. And he's like, how about you? Or she's like, ride or die, remember? He's like, how about you just ride on this one?
Oh yeah, because she's like, I can handle it, and he's like, I don't want you to die.
And then like after the race, everyone's congratulating her. I'm like, she just drove in a straight line in a really fast car. Like, I think this is something.
Well, because he's like, don't put it into ninth,
and
or
he did. She did.
don't put it into ninth because he'll burn out at like second speed, or he said something about
Yeah,
that.
but like she still did do that, and
But it's
he
insane
still,
how smart Dom is. Like
and
he's like, I can already see that this guy's gonna fucking pop it.
yeah, but like she still did do ninth, and he still did burn out. But also, I'm like, she just drove really fast in a straight line.
Yeah, it wasn't like a race.
I feel like this is something I could do if you put me in a really nice car.
Well, you got to shift accordingly, or else you pop the.
True,
you know what
yeah.
I mean?
But right after the race ended, there was another cameo that I didn't catch, but my girlfriend behind me was watching, and so it's it's the tall blonde girl who talks to Letty. Do you remember
The
that?
first one, yeah.
Yeah, Iggy Azalea.
Oh yeah, I recognized her. Yeah, dude, that's
like
fucking
'cause
nuts.
I knew like she looked like someone, but like yeah, Iggy Azalea for some fucking reason.
Just congratulating her on winning the race because she's like Letty and Dom are known.
The it couple.
Well, they're known in this whole area,
Mm-hmm.
but she doesn't remember any of them. So they're all, but they don't know. And then she
Yeah.
just fucking decks him.
Or Hector, yeah. Because my next note is poor Letty having PSC and poor Hector for getting punched in the face.
Just fucking
Took it like a champ.
Yeah,
he
he did.
thought it was funny because I think they all have to be aware that Letty's fucked.
yeah. And then Dom was like, "Oh fuck, dude, let's
Yeah.
get her." But then she drove away.
And he didn't catch up to her till night.
Yeah, it was like. But then we cut to
Daddy Brian.
Brian, dude, and dude, I said Brian, baby, and I put this is so ridiculous. The build up.
It was
The
adorable.
build up to the minivan school drop off, so freaking nuts. Because it looked like he like grabbed the steering wheel, he
Wait,
like
he was
revved
ready?
the engine,
And
and then
then
it
he
just
just-
he went like 2 inches, and
Because it
then
was time for drop
and
off.
then he dropped off little Jack Horner,
Yep.
sat in the corner.
Jack O'Connor. Yep. No, I love Daddy Brian. And then my next note is about when Dom catches up to Letty. I don't know if you have more about Daddy Brian.
No, but I said, yikes, ghost girl, because that's what they're calling Letty.
Yeah,
they're calling her ghost
the
girl.
ghost,
Why would
yeah.
you call that to her face, dude?
Well, because she said when she first saw the tombstone, she thought it was funny.
Yeah, but now she's like, it's setting in, dude. And I was like, oh man, and she's at her own tombstone. And I said, that would fucking freak me out,
Well,
dude.
'cause my thing is-
because it has the birth and date, and you're standing there looking at it. They buried somebody,
They didn't bury somebody.
or they buried. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, they did a thing.
Yeah,
you know?
but and then you're just there like that would freak me.
I was thrown off that the gravestone is still up.
Yeah, well,
and this is the scene where she's like, "You're looking at me with 15 years of memories that I don't have." Because this is when I'm like, "Oh shit, the writing got pretty fucking good."
It's getting really good. Like it's like emotional now. Like it's
Yeah.
like that fucking cuts deep.
No, that was great. Like, and I was also like, "Oh, she's an actress. Like, she can act for real."
Yeah, because you can like really feel it, and like you can kind of see behind her eyes, like she doesn't know.
Well, like, good for them letting. Because I don't know I cannot remember the actress's name.
I can't remember her name either.
Because she's in a lot of shit too.
Is she?
She's was pretty big in Avatar. I remember.
Oh, really?
She's really good in that. I'm
Sweet.
almost positive that's her.
I
Sorry if it's
wrote
not.
during the scene like I can't imagine being in a relationship like this. I know I said that earlier, but it's just like I can't.
But he got her to fall in love with him again.
I know, but like I guess they've been together for so long, and like this is your love.
Because I wonder how long it's been.
Well, because they've known each other since teenagers. You
Well,
know?
no, I'm saying since she's been back in his life.
Oh yeah, I don't know the timeline. Maybe
However
couple
long
years.
Tokyo. Wait, you think from 6 to now? Wait, because we got her back in 6.
Yeah.
So I'm saying 6 to 7.
Okay, so maybe it's
Well,
only
Jack's
been.
like, no, Jack's 5.
Is he 5?
He's going to school
Okay, so maybe it's been a couple years.
because, well, she gave birth at the end of 4, right? And then we got her back at the end of 5, but I think Jack was still.
Doesn't 6 start with the birth?
Does 6 start with?
Remember
Yes,
they're driving?
yes, you're right.
So the beginning of
Yeah,
6,
'cause-
the baby's born.
Yeah, because 5 ends with them going for a race, and we pick up to.
Yeah,
Yes, you're right.
yeah.
Yes, okay, and she comes back in 6.
Yeah.
Yes, okay, Jesus.
It was getting kind of confusing, but yeah, and this movie came out 2 years after, but it's been more than 2 years in the timeline, I'm guessing.
Well, because
Jack's older.
also all of Tokyo Drift happens in this too.
Oh, true.
Yep.
Oh, true. Okay, so that maybe
so long enough for Han to go to Tokyo and become established.
that does make sense because it's like, oh, this movie came out 2 years later. It doesn't make sense, but then you think, oh, but in timeline, yeah, Tokyo, all that shit happened in Tokyo.
Or I guess Tokyo Drift is happening now as we see it.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because we don't. They cut to it, which is freaking nuts, dude.
It's such
and
a
then
bummer.
Letty has to find herself now.
Because
but
like to find herself, she leaves the one person who knows who she is.
Dude, yeah. And
Like-
I said that actually made me sad when she left, and when she said goodbye, Dom.
I know, and he's just.
And I was just like, and then he just stood there, and I was like, that legit made me sad.
Well, he's there with holding a sledgehammer, looking at his
gonna-
girlfriend's gravestone,
and then
his
she just,
wife.
Yeah, because you find out they're married, and then like she just drives away, and it's just like, what the fuck?
Poor Dom.
Like,
yeah.
what do you do now? You've already
He just got her back.
well, you got her back, and you're trying to get her, and then she just leaves you, and she's got to go find herself.
I'm like, where is she gonna go?
You thought she was dead, so then you hooked up with a lady cop, and now.
Yeah, it fucked over her entire life. Poor thing.
Yeah, but speaking of.
God, all that makes me so weirded out that she was wearing the cross, though.
Yeah, it does.
Like, if
'Cause
I went back
Letty-
and watched
if
that, I'd just be like, ugh,
If Letty knew that?
ugh.
Yeah, because speaking of lady cop, cut to DSS headquarters.
How the fuck does The Rock still have a job?
Los Angeles?
How is he still working there?
Well, because he's fucking badass, dude. I said
such a
so. My
criminal.
first note is here's a new lady cop again.
Yeah, did we know her at all?
Wait a second, it's Elena.
Is it?
Yeah, The Rock says Elena.
Oh, so they recast her.
No, it's her.
What? Wait.
Yeah, it's the same actress. She looks way different. I think she lost some weight
Well,
and
cut her hair and dyed it.
Looks-
Wait,
I
which
thought
one's
it-
Elena? Is Elena
The lady
from
cop.
4?
The one that the one that
Okay.
partners with Rock for her smile.
That's her?
That's Elena, dude. Look her up. She looks way different. I thought it was a new lady
But
cop.
you looked it up?
I guess I didn't.
Okay.
But like her face looked. Once she said the name, I thought it was a new lady cop, but I was like, whoa, that's her though.
'cause
Because like when she starts talking, it's her voice.
At first, I thought it was going to be like the girl from 3 who worked with The Rock. Or from 2.
Too.
Yeah,
the
the
Rock
one-
didn't come till 5.
No, but remember the girl from 2 worked with him in 5.
Oh, you thought
The, what's her name? The girl from Hitch.
Oh fuck, I forgot her name.
I thought maybe it'd
Eva
be-
Mendes.
Yes, thank you. I thought maybe it was her. All right.
No, but I think it's the same actress. Like I think it's Elena. She just looks way different.
I'll look her up in 4 because she'd be a higher cast listing.
Yeah, because she's only in this opening scene.
Yeah.
But she looks great. I like her haircut. I think she looks incredible. But my note was like, holy fuck, she looks so different. But I hope I'm like 90% sure it's the same actress because it's the same role. It's Elena. this also happened. This is like years later, so obviously, and she moved to L.A. apparently because she was in a different country.
Yep, that's her.
Yeah, looks way different, dude.
Yeah, because she cut her hair and dyed it blonde. Yeah.
Short blonde, looks great.
All right, well, I'm glad she's doing well in this universe.
Yeah, so she moved to L.A. and she's still working. She's working for the DSS.
Yeah, so she's probably
And The
rich.
Rock's given her like a letter of recommendation to climb the ranks again.
Yeah, good for her. Yeah, 'cause
Which
she
is-
started off as a cop in wherever.
Yeah, wherever it was,
6
6 months, and then The Rock just said, "Hey, you're coming with me."
Yeah, she left her dead husband and her entire life
She left her
behind.
dead husband, went with The Rock,
Well-
ran away with a ton of money, or
No,
ran away with Vinny.
Well, let's
with a ton
start. All right, so she was married in
Yeah,
Dominican Republic.
Dominican Republic. Yeah,
Is that this one or is that a different? Because they go to a couple different.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
but in a different country.
All right, so she's married to her husband. He dies on their front door,
Yeah, literally right in front of the house.
and he was a cop for a while. And then 6 months later, and then
She joins the
I
force.
think like 2 years later, she becomes a cop, and for 6 months,
yeah,
meets The Rock, gets
Because
brought
of-
onto his team,
because of her smile.
betrays The Rock because a sexy bald man lost a cross.
Yeah, and she starts wearing the cross.
And then she saves the Rock and Dom's life at different times.
Yep.
Or she lets Dom save the Rock's life because she lets them out of the truck or whatever. And then she disappears with millions of dollars
And then is holding Vinny Boy's hand.
on a different beach. And then his ex-girlfriend's or his ex-wife's still alive. So she leaves. Well, she goes to LA first. And then
because-
she leaves because she's at his house when she leaves.
Yeah, at the end of the movie,
Her
The
and
Rock.
Letty talk.
No, but
Oh.
she comes walking up with The Rock, when they're.
Yes, you're right. Yes.
So she's working with The Rock again, but she was gone for 2 years? That's
She
confusing.
betrayed. She went AWOL for 2 years.
Yeah, she slept with Vinny Boy.
And now Vinny Boy is fucking his
His ghost girl.
So she leaves that part of LA and goes to work with the Rock. Because I guess we don't know if the Rock is in LA or not.
Yeah, it said Los Angeles.
Did it? Okay,
Yeah,
at
it
his
said-
headquarters. Okay. So now she's been working there for a couple years, but she's trying to move up. Good for her.
Yeah, I mean, I guess good for her, dude. And
Yeah.
she looks great.
Yeah, she looks fantastic. I thought she was gonna die.
And speaking of looking great, my next note is The Rock is so jacked, dude.
Yeah.
He looked so good.
at his tiny desk with his giant gun.
And
Because
then-
I have a quote written by The Rock.
Okay.
I'll stay as long as I want, woman. Is that supposed to be charming?
Dude.
Because it was nice, and I was
Okay, I think I wrote a note about that. But that was freaking funny.
He calls people woman a few times in
Yeah,
this movie.
he does. And it's just like, are you supposed to be charming or like, are you just being aggressive? I don't know.
But like, he's charming now.
But then like she leaves, she gets a letter of recommendation. The Rock walks back in to finish paperwork stamping.
I was so sure that when she left, her car was gonna blow up.
Oh,
I was
fuck.
so sure of that, and then it didn't. I was like,
And it
I'm just
didn't-
waiting for the sound.
Yeah, like something.
Then he comes back in,
And there's a shadow sitting at his desk.
fucking terrified.
Yeah, that is, and it just
And, like-
calmly typing away.
Next to a giant gun, didn't touch it, doesn't care, doesn't give
This
a
guy,
fuck.
this guy is scary as fuck. So I was like, wait a second. Jason is in his office now. I'm calling him Jason. Jason Statham.
I have I have another quote
But then
written.
I have a side note
Yes.
because at this point, I ordered wings,
Okay.
and my wings came.
Yeah.
And this is like the note I wrote down because I ordered wings from like Uber Eats, I think, and it was from like a wing company,
Yeah.
but it must have been a ghost kitchen because when they came from Applebee's,
Oh, that's weird.
it was weird, and they were just fine.
Yeah.
I like wanted wings, but then when I got them, I was like, these are
You gotta go
fine.
Wingstop for wings.
Yeah, I should have done that.
Wingstop's the best wings around here.
But it was pretty good because I was like eating wings and then watching Furious 7 and
See, I woke up, got a coffee, and started watching Furious 7 at like 10 a.m.
today. And then cutting back to the movie.
Yes.
How the fuck is Jason Statham going to compete with The Rock in a fist fight?
Well,
How the fuck?
I have The Rock's first words about the fight written. Start talking before I break that finger 6 different ways and stick it where the sun don't shine. That's not clever. What happened?
He's
Also,
angry.
Like, if you break a finger 6 different ways, that's gonna be way harder to jam up an ass.
Yeah,
You
but
want-
he'll force it in.
No, but you want one break for it to really get in there.
No, but he wants to force it in to really hurt your asshole.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, it's just ribbed.
Yeah. But
Forward.
you ain't getting that shit out. You're going to lose parts of that finger and
You'll
that
get that
asshole.
shit out, yeah.
You'll get that shit out.
And then I have another quote written. Sorry, you just earned a dance with the You just earned yourself a dance with the devil, boy.
The Rock says that?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then like Statham's just a fucking badass.
Dude, he's just so calm, and he just slowly ejects the USB port. You see Han's photo, and you're just like, God damn it. And then he just closes it. I think he like puts it in his pocket, and then he just stands up, and they stare at each other, and then they start fighting.
How many glass walls are in this fucking office, and how are they so easy to break?
Well, they're all like all the offices are made out of glass.
Yeah, even like their like barriers are glass.
Well, it's
like
a fancy. That's what I've noticed in like fancy businesses. It's a lot
yeah.
of glass. There's a lot of see through because it's fancier.
Because they're just throwing each other through
Dude,
that shit. It's fucking awesome.
I don't know if you noticed
the camera work.
Where it, like, dude, it like
it
when a
flips.
body moves, it tilts and moves with it. Dude, I thought that was so cool.
Badass.
But also, this movie was directed by someone different.
James Wan, right?
Yeah, who was known for making horror films.
Yeah, because he did The Conjuring, didn't he?
Did he?
I remember that.
Oh yeah, that would make sense because all these cool shots.
I'll
dude.
make sure real quick.
Because the Justin Lin, so I have notes on this for like afterwards, but Justin Lin, who has done since Tokyo Drift, he did Tokyo Drift 4, 5, and 6. He's been the director. He was still in post-production with 6 when 7 started.
Wild.
And they wanted him to direct it, and he goes,
No.
He goes, I can't, because then 6 wouldn't get the justice it's deserved. Like, he didn't want to half-ass it, so then they got a different director. They just...
Yeah, I mean, good for him for being like, hey, turning down that much money, be like, hey, I want to do this.
Yeah, he wants to do it right.
Even though Fast 6 was fine.
Yeah.
All right, James Wan directed the first Saw.
Holy shit, yeah. So
No,
this
he
guy's-
wrote Saw. Holy shit, he redesigned horror.
Holy shit, and then he directed Furious 7?
Produced The Conjuring 2.
Oh, so he didn't do the first Conjuring?
I think he did also. I think that's why he was just a producer on the second one.
Yeah,
Yep.
because the
He directed,
shots.
He directed The Conjuring. He directed Insidious. Literally the
my
biggest horror
God.
movies
Yeah,
of
known
Dead
for
Silence, Saw.
Dude, the cinematography in The Conjuring is why I love that movie so much.
Ooh, Malignant. That's a pretty good movie too.
That's incredible. Yeah, so that would make sense because it
And
happens.
Aquaman.
It happens a lot during all the fight scenes. These camera move.
Aquaman
motion.
does a lot of action camera too.
Dude, I
on the
loved it.
fights.
I loved it.
Yeah. No, I like because like when he threw him down.
And then like the chair scene where like it moved with the chair because he knocked over the chair. And
Yeah.
like, dude, it was just freaking badass.
Did you notice when
dude.
Shaw got like thrown to the ground when he like stopped? He went straight for a dick punch on the Rock.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
And then I have a quote from the Rock.
Okay.
He goes, "Goddamn IT guys."
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Because he jokes like,
You aren't.
"You aren't the IT guy," but then like that's after he like wins, kind of, or like I think he says it like mid fight or something.
He like and like when he tackles him at one point, he's looking down, but also or maybe it was right at the moment because this was my favorite moment in the fight where the Rock jumps, grabs the like overhead lights and pulls it down on top.
It was like a pro wrestling move, just bam.
All right, I didn't write it down when it happens, but I did read that there was a moment where The Rock does one of his famous pro wrestler moves.
Oh, in this fight, I think I remember
In the movie, at least.
Well, even in the last movie, like the helicopter fight scene, there was a pro wrestling move, kind of like when Vin Diesel picked up that guy.
Right?
That was
Jesus
he gave him like the
Christ,
fucking stiff.
fucking
it was very
ridiculous.
but it was also like I loved it, dude.
Yeah.
So then, fucking Shaw or Jason Statham,
Yeah.
throws like a hockey puck.
Which, this confused me because later on, this man is all about the grenades. Why didn't he throw a normal grenade this time?
No, but this grenade is cool. It's like a hockey puck grenade.
It's fun. But he's like all about the grenades
and
later.
then the explosion was insane.
Huge. And he just tips over a table to hide behind
And he's
it.
fine.
Yeah.
Well, I guess he's not fine because he gets fucked up. He's in the hospital.
No, I'm talking about Shaw. Tips
Oh
over
yeah,
a table.
Shaw's fine.
No, Hobbs gets blown out the fucking
Hobbs
window.
gets fucked up and he lands on a car.
No, so this put me down a big rabbit hole. I looked up, does landing on a car actually help? There's a man,
Like if you on a windshield or something. Yeah.
well, or the roof of a car
Yeah.
because it bends in so much. There's a man who fell off a 6-story. He was working as a like contractor, like builder or whatever. Fell off a 6-story high rise or building or
Jesus
whatever.
Christ.
Landed on a car, sprained ankle.
What? It absorbed. So it's
Yep.
a real thing.
It does happen, yeah.
Oh my god! But obviously not to this extreme.
This wasn't 60 feet. This was like
Yeah, but you
3
got
stories.
launched by an explosion.
Well, yeah, that would fuck you up anyways.
You're just having terminal velocity falling from a building.
Yeah.
I think an explosion sends you faster than terminal velocity.
I don't know.
But I'm so glad I know those words.
But also, I think terminal velocity, I don't think you'd reach that after 30 feet. Because the human body can break the sound barrier.
Well, not just from straight falling.
Yep. I've only know of one case. He jumped out of like a weather balloon. It was a Red Bull event.
Really?
Yep. He like jumped from like the stratosphere.
And like dove.
Yep.
weird.
And he broke the sound barrier with his body.
Well, terminal velocity is the fastest speed an object can reach when falling.
Yes.
I've learned that from Mythbusters.
Oh.
And I've always remembered it because it's just a cool saying, and I feel really smart knowing it. But moving back, so all this happens. The rocket's fucked up
Because this is when we see Han's face, and my
yeah,
question
and
was,
it's his file transferred.
yeah, and there's a little USB drive.
Yeah, but I was like, what does that mean?
That
means that
he transferred.
That means
to
that
it.
he's gonna die.
Because
That's
my
it.
question is, why the fuck would he go for Han first? He's in Tokyo. That's so far away.
Yeah, because everyone else is in L.A.
And also, why did everyone else come back? I guess we don't know if Roman came back to LA or not. Because I feel like he'd go anywhere.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. I mean, they don't really explain a lot.
They just
People
kinda
just
show
show.
back
People
up,
kind of just
yeah.
show up. But we do cut back to the house, and I think this is 1873 or whatever. This is the house, right?
1327.
1327.
I think.
Um.
Yeah, no, it is. Because it shows the numbers.
Okay, because I put package from Tokyo ? And then
We see Mia the MILF.
oh damn yeah.
She looks great.
She
in
looks
this film.
really
She's
great.
so hot.
But then Brian's going to take care of Jack, and Jack throws his car
Yep.
out of the van.
And these cars don't fly.
Dude, I wrote that down. I said, cars don't fly. And I literally said, is that foreshadowing?
I bet they will, yeah.
Dude, I literally, I've
knew.
never seen this movie.
Yeah.
And
me
I was
too.
like,
I knew that cars would fly.
cars would fly. And then, holy hell,
The explosion.
the house.
Well, and we also fucking see Han die again. This is like the 4th time we've seen Han die. Fucking stop it.
Like, Jesus Christ, dude. Yeah, but the house fucking got destroyed. That was but it only blew up that. There were so many things close to it, but it only.
Yeah, no, like you'd think part of the side house, the
Let's
house on the
catch on
side,
fire or
yeah,
something,
or just be, and also because I think if you're that close to an explosion, literally just like you don't have to be touched by the fire to die, just the
blast.
impact. Like I think it shreds your organs,
Yeah.
or like yeah,
Oh, Jesus, dude.
I'm pretty sure because I
So-
remember in like, do you remember that show, Deadliest Warriors?
Oh, yeah, you love that show.
I was super into that. They explained that to me because they put like.
That show was really cool.
Because they like set a bomb off next to like mannequins, and the mannequins would like fall over, but they'd have like a patch, and if this much pressure hit them, that means like organ failure.
Dude, I loved. They used to do that in Mythbusters too. Like they would put
Yeah.
those patches on like dummies to see like what would happen.
Yeah.
If like something would happen.
That's like from just like the force.
And it's just like that's so cool that science can kind of like do that.
yeah, because my next note is like, geez, that was such a good explosion. Holy
So
shit.
is the next scene a recap of Tokyo?
we show Tokyo at the beginning of that, or
Oh yeah, this is happening mid because he gets a call.
Yeah,
He gets a
So
call.
we see Han die. He calls.
He calls
and
him,
then
and
the bomb,
and then it goes off,
explodes. Yeah.
and it's like, damn, that happened in real time. So he just killed Han.
So, yeah,
and
we
then,
see Han
So
die
he was
again.
expecting to kill Dom and Brian
or at least send him a message.
or me and Mia and the chat
Baby Jack.
and baby.
Fucking Brian shutting the car door and then just
Dude, and
smashing
his
it. That was
head
so
hit him,
good. I
but he
love
saved
that.
I love how he went. I got to save Jack,
Yep, like just instantly. Yep.
and Mia goes Jack. Like
Yeah.
they all freak out.
Because
but fuck, dude.
because also here we find out Mia is pregnant again, and Brian misses the bullets.
Yeah,
So
he misses the bullets, and Brian again doesn't know she's pregnant.
yeah, what the fuck.
Dude, are they not good at communication? That's your partner, bro.
She just doesn't want to like lock him down in mediocrity.
Yeah,
She's
because
nervous.
she is nervous because
which makes sense.
he's living this high life, or used to live in this dangerous life.
He doesn't
and
miss the racing. He doesn't miss the
He
girls.
misses the bullets.
I'm like, that's
probably,
the last thing I'd fucking miss.
probably because the adrenaline or
yeah,
something.
but like,
But
you
also
think racing would do that?
But also no. But at this point, after you've been racing for so long,
Sure,
then
yeah.
you're jumping into all this crazy shit
You
where
need
you're
to
pulling
be-
a safe, pulling a vault down the interstate. You know what I mean?
Fighting
There's-
a tank.
Yeah, it's gonna be freaking ridiculous. But then we cut back to The Rock in the hospital.
Do you notice his giant fucking gun next to a little cup of Jello? I love that so much.
But then we also find out that The Rock is a dad.
Yeah, he is a little pebble.
Yeah, a little kid too. And I'm like, oh, okay, they're really pulling the family card right now.
Well, also, I didn't know if that was supposed to show like, hey, you can live an exciting life and still have a kid,
Yeah, still have a kid.
and maybe you're just the kid will
there's
lose
a quote
you.
later in the movie that I love. I wrote it down.
Okay,
But
I don't even remember it yet.
But he goes, Daddy's got to go to work.
Yeah, jeez, I do remember that.
I love that.
Oh
dude.
God, I have notes on that scene.
Okay, so this is when we figure out Shaw's name. It's Deckard.
Oh, that's a cool name.
Deckard Shaw.
They could have just called him Deckard. That's a cool
Yeah,
name.
Deckard.
Because then we learn his backstory, and he is in like I love that. I knew he had to be like secret ops. He couldn't just be a criminal.
Yeah, and they let him go because he was too evil and too.
They didn't let him go. They tried to kill him,
And then he killed the people going after him.
and then he became a ghost.
yeah, and it's just like,
Or no, they call him a shadow. Which
Yeah,
I
a
fucking
shadow, dude. It's so freaking crazy. Cut to.
Wait, nope. I have
Okay, you got
another
more?
Rock quote.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Oh, wait. Is this The Rock or this has to be Dom? No, it has to be The Rock with how it's
yeah,
written.
it's in the hospital.
Well, he's talking to Dom. I'm going to put a hurt on him so bad, he's going to wish his mama had kept her legs closed.
That's The Rock. The Rock.
That has to be that,
That's
yeah.
The Rock, dude. Dom wouldn't say anything. But it's like, Rock, what are you saying? You're
Yeah.
still trying to be a joke.
And also, your daughter's right there. But also,
the daughter's sitting in a chair.
and also, so now we get like the part where Hobbs is like, don't go after him. But if you do, don't miss. So I'm like,
Yeah, I like how he said, don't miss.
well, because they said that the team did miss. But also, I'm like, you brought Dom in just to tell him, hey, this is who did this. Don't go after him.
Don't go after him, even though he killed Han.
Yeah. And he blew up your house.
Yeah, the iconic
He knows
house.
where you live. He knows your family.
He knows-
He will kill
He
everyone.
knows everyone about you, and you're being hunted down. So, but don't go after him.
Yep,
Let
and-
him come to you.
So here we cut to the
Dominican Republic.
Because I was like, do we know these people?
dude, I literally said, who the hell is this guy?
Yeah, because he's awesome. But I didn't know if we knew him at all.
And then Dom's going to get Han's body,
Yeah, that fucking bummed me out.
and then it cuts to Tokyo.
Yeah, because I had to put him back in Tokyo, baby.
Like, why he was in? Why were you in Dominican? Like, it was just that was such a quick.
Well, that's where they
scene.
dropped off Mia. So
Oh
she's
yeah,
safe.
the safe house.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like, who was that guy?
I don't remember. Did we know him?
I don't know.
He was nice.
But he was in a safe house with armed guards, and
Yeah, it was like a military.
So that's a good. I
'Cause
guess
he's-
that's safe.
Because I think he says if he comes here, he'll be going against all of the Dominican.
Yeah.
Like he is like a part of the military or something.
Well, I guess that Dominican Republic, I guess they have like a good relationship.
So
with
I can't
them.
remember if that's what movie took place in the because
They might have because they. I don't know.
well, because did 5 take place in Brazil or was that 4?
5 was Brazil because he goes, "This is Brazil,"
Yeah, or was that
to the Rock.
right? That was
Yeah.
to the Rock. You're right. Yep. Okay.
But now we cut to Tokyo, and
God damn
my
it.
first note is
Fucking Bama boy.
I fucking hate his accent, and it's so distracting.
Well, also because I loved that we cut to the race scene and then we cut to them just talking. He's like, I didn't know American muscle could go that fast or could like, or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like,
And they're just standing in a parking garage.
and he has aged what looks like 30 years.
He looks terrible.
Bama
Fucking
boy is old.
Lucas Black. So it shows Shaw throw the necklace in the crash scene, and like
Yeah.
the necklace. And I said, "How the hell is the necklace there?"
Well, because other Shaw probably took it.
Well, other Shaw took it in 6 and left it on the table in one of the warehouses.
We don't know he left it.
Yeah, but like
He
how
had it.
But
Well, no, Letty left it, right? And then because he was like,
no, but Letty gave it to him, and you can keep it.
okay,
And then he
left.
threw it down on the table.
So he must have just kept it.
But then how did he just know what that cross was?
He probably knew it was Dom's or whatever, or Letty's.
Yeah, but I was like, what the heck? And then we cut to Han's funeral, and I said, so fucking sad, dude.
Well, I have a question before that. Is Dom the new DK?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because fuck you, Lucas Black. No, I'm just kidding. No, you.
Well, Bama Boy should not be the new DK.
Well, also, I'm glad that he was not in it anymore.
Yeah, it was
After this,
just that.
They're just tying up loose ends of Tokyo Drift because it probably wasn't. They were probably like, fuck this.
I was hoping to see an old little Bow Wow too, though.
Isn't he in it?
That was an old scene. That
Oh
was,
yeah,
that
there was a
from
cut
the-
scene from
yeah,
3.
Tokyo Drift.
Yeah, I was like, that'd be so. Bow Wow just walks in with like an afro or something.
Yeah, because I don't remember who asked Dom this, but I have a quote written down where it's, when you find the guy who killed Dom, or who killed Han, what are you going to do? And he says, words ain't even been invented yet. I can't do his voice.
I mean, you're getting there, dude.
I don't think I'm getting closer, though,
So then I said, Dom, don't be stupid.
because he sees just a car.
Yes, and he's just chasing after this car, and then they do a face-off.
Well, no, I have a note before that, because I noticed this is the first time we've ever seen anyone stop for traffic.
Yeah, Dom stops at a red light.
Well, because of the cars in front of him, he pulls around him. But that's the first time we've ever seen that. And then we get to him, go under that underpass. I'm like, this is a
Why
fucking
the fuck
trap.
are you chasing him? And then they
Play chicken.
face each other. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? And then I said, what the hell? They drove straight into each other?
Did you notice no airbags? Head-on collision. They would be so fucked up.
They would be so fucked
They were going at least 40. So that's like hitting a
they
wall
were
going
as,
80.
They were going as fast as they could.
as in that chunk. Yeah.
and,
Which,
and then that guy
well, you
hit
think both those cars are 0 to 60 in like 3 seconds, and
Yeah.
they lasted longer than 3 seconds.
Well, but that guy had steel enforced. He was prepared for head on.
Still fuck you up.
Yeah, without an airbag.
Yeah.
And then fucking Mr. Nobody walks in.
Well, he doesn't just walk in. They fucking come from the
They
goddamn
come
ceiling.
from everywhere, dude.
And
I was like,
how did they miss their shot? They are watching this happen.
Yeah,
they
exactly, but he gets away fine.
He just runs, yeah.
And then no one goes after him and they all just hang out.
And then also, because I have a question, does this mean they both won chicken or lost chicken?
Well,
I think they both won.
I think they both won because later there's a definite winner when they play chicken again.
Kind of.
Because Dom's smart. But
Yeah,
dude, Mr. Nobody, Kurt fucking Russell.
Love it.
Dude,
fucking love it.
Dude, when he walked in, I was like, what the? I didn't even see his name in the intro. I
No,
guess I wasn't
me
paying
neither.
attention for it.
No, because I just saw Gal Gadot and I was pissed.
Yeah, because she's not really in it.
Well, no, I thought it was a spoiler, but yeah, she's not in it at
No,
all.
they just show recaps and like old shit.
I think they just show a photo of her.
Yeah, I think
I think that's it.
But she's still in the intro credits.
Yeah.
Probably. Do you think she got paid at all for being at 7?
Try to get paid at least something. I bet they get royalties if they use old scenes.
That's fucking nuts.
I'm sure Han made some money too, which I don't know who that actor is.
I don't know, but I love him. Dude, Han is so fucking cool.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know his name.
But then we cut to covert base.
Yeah.
And then Corona.
No, not
Oh,
Corona
before,
first.
Okay, before Corona.
Yeah, don't fucking get ahead of yourself, bitch. No, we got some goddamn Belgian ale. So that's what we're drinking right now.
We're drinking Belgian. Cheers to Belgian. Because Mr. Nobody loves his Belgian ales.
So do I. This is great. Got a bottle of Blue Moon. It's
Blue
like,
Moon with an orange slice in it? Oh, man, that orange really fucking...
because I think this is like the most standard blue or Belgian white or Belgian ale.
Yeah, this is a Belgian-style wheat ale. I'm sure he was drinking probably something more fancy.
Yeah, I'm sure because it was like a private keg. And
But
then,
here's a little tip for you people that order Blue Moons at restaurants.
yeah,
And it comes in a pint glass. They always come with an orange slice.
okay,
Order 2 orange slices.
one to squeeze in and one to set on it.
No, just to get that extra orange taste. It's a life changer, dude.
Life changer.
It is, dude. It tastes so good. One of my friends told me about it, and I tried, and it's just so fun getting a Blue Moon handed to you with 2 oranges on it. Like it just feels cool.
Because he offers Vinny Boy Belgian ale, and he's nah.
He goes, nah, I only drink Corona.
I think it's like I'm more of a Corona.
I'm more of a Corona guy myself.
Out behind a table that Dom is standing right next to.
Yeah, he reaches behind and he goes, I knew you would say that. And he pulls out a metal bucket full of Corona on ice with a Corona. It's a Corona bucket. So we also have Corona drinking here.
Hell
so
yeah, because
cheers
we
to
can
Corona.
drink anything.
As long as it's a Corona. Now we're drinking Corona. We're double fisting over here.
Got a Mr. Nobody in one hand and a fucking Vinny Boy in the other.
Vinny Boy. Yeah, Mr. Nobody and a Vinny Boy. That should be a shot.
You just pour the two
A
in.
Mr. Nobody and a Vinny Boy. It's just
No, like that fucking Corona bucket was
it's
so ridiculous.
Yeah, but they're probably getting so much like
Oh yeah, no.
sponsorship now because
Well,
they
'cause
drank it in the first movie.
I
And now
bet
they're
the first movie was like kind of free sponsorship. I bet I could see them being like if Corona paid anything for it.
But now it's like
Holy shit, that's awesome.
and now it's like the staple.
Because I also have a quote written from Mr. Nobody. Maybe my favorite line in the whole movie. You want to know how to kill a shadow? Shine a little light on it.
Oh,
Badass.
that's fucking really
Fucking
cool. Yeah,
badass.
because this guy's known as a shadow.
And I said Mr. Nobody's putting Hobbs to shame on these one-liners.
So here's what so Mr. Nobody says you got to go on a mission for tech, and then I'll let you use the tech to get Shaw.
Which I kind of like this little side quest thing.
Where it's like, okay. And then he's like, well, I'm going to need a team. And he's like,
Thought you'd say that.
thought you'd say that. And then everyone just pulls up.
Because my thing is, there's no way this team would get into cars while they know they're being hunted.
Well, they don't. The team doesn't know they're being hunted.
They know Han's dead and that the Dom's house blew up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're all at the funeral. And they're like, no,
Oh,
because,
true, they are at the funeral.
because
yeah,
they
yeah.
said, I don't want any more funerals. And Dom's like, there's just one more.
Yeah, it's going to be Shaw. That's like the reference. But, dude, now we cut to Roman, and this is my favorite. Dude, I just love Roman so much. He's so ridiculous. I love how he's recapping or like set all of his victories.
Yeah, I took down a tank. I didn't want to, but I did it.
Yeah.
Took down a plane.
Yeah.
You guys shot a plane out of the sky
He's
or
like,
whatever.
it's like he did it by himself. And I think Brian makes a comment like, oh, yeah, you did that by yourself, right?
No, Tage did that. Yeah, he's like, oh yeah, no, because Brian makes a comment that did you not write down?
What did Brian say?
The only thing I've ever seen him take down was no knees Denise. Remember at prom? So
yeah.
They went to prom together?
Well, they've known each other. Yeah, what the heck?
No, they haven't known each other that long because he was mad that he found out he was a cop.
Whoa, this was before prom.
He was a cop for 5 years. How
Yeah,
old?
prom is high school.
Yeah, how old is he in the first movie?
Out of high school.
More than 5 years out of high school?
Well,
Or
he wasn't a cop in high school.
Well, okay, I'm saying
so
like
they were
he was,
friends before that.
But like, do you get what I'm saying though?
No.
It's very no like they're. That's a weird timeline that they knew each other in high school.
Yeah, maybe just threw that in there.
And then also my question, no knees Denise. Does that mean she's very quick to give a blowjob or never gives a blowjob?
No knees. Ooh, yeah.
Because knees means blowjob.
Oh,
It has to.
Yeah, no knees. The knees.
So she never gives a blowjob. She was known to not give
to
blowjobs.
not give blowjobs.
And then how did Roman take her down?
Maybe he got a blowjob from her.
Is that
He's the
a,
one-
it,
Yeah, I guess I don't know.
I paused.
And then I'm pretty sure Roman said, "Why'd you bring that up?"
Yeah,
Like,
which
he
I'm
goes,
like,
"Shut up."
what?
So maybe he was embarrassed that happened. So maybe like,
At prom though, so you'd be proud if you got laid on prom night.
I guess I don't. Maybe we're diving into something. It was
No,
like a
this
throwaway-
matters. They
it was
wrote
like a
this.
throwaway line or something.
It's not a throwaway line. They brought in a new character into this world named No Knees Denise.
Look her up right now.
What did you
look
yeah.
up? Fast and Furious. No knees. Denise.
Fuck you! I'm gonna look up No Knees Denise.
I want to figure out. What if she has like a backstory and they like reference?
Like she has her own thing.
Yeah, Fast and Furious presents No Knees Denise.
Denise.
It's like a-
No Knees Denise meaning.
Whoa, okay. It's like an actual saying. I'm very curious to hear what this is.
It's not an actual saying. It's people trying to figure out.
Oh,
what
trying
they
to figure
mean.
out what it means.
All right.
Because there are people like you in this world.
Yeah. No. On Earwolf, which is a podcasting thing. Episode 118, Fury 7. Someone else has done this.
Oh, what podcast from Earwolf?
I don't know. It just says episode 118, Fury 7 live.
Whoa, they did a live show.
Yeah, just an Earwolf,
Earwolf.
podcast.
Maybe it's How Did This Get Made?
Maybe.
That has Jason Mantzoukas in it.
God damn it. There's so many notes. Quick find.
I bet they addressed that in that.
Find in page. No need.
No,
Didn't pop up. What the? All right, never mind. Fuck you, Earwolf. Or let us join your podcast.
No, I
sometime.
love Earwolf.
Yeah, let us
Coney
join.
Bang Bang.
Oh, true.
Freedom.
Yeah, true. That's a good podcast.
They're so good.
But
Okay. But
so,
speaking of that.
speaking of what? No Knees Denise. What did she do?
But
Or what doesn't she
since
do?
Roman is talking and fucking running his mouth, he's now the leader.
Well, they
Which
give
is-
him the option.
Which is so fucking funny because I think he goes, once they give it to him, he goes, "Well, I didn't mean like now.
Yeah.
Like I want to ease into it."
Well, like his thing was like, all right, what if we go there? And he just like points at the map. Like, I don't think he's actually considering. They're like, no, that's the worst spot. And then someone else is like, it is the worst spot. Maybe that's what we
Well,
need.
Mr. Nobody says that. But like that, but like his second man in command, like that army dude, is getting so defensive.
forgot
He's
his
like,
name.
"You didn't I don't think he had a name."
No, he did.
Oh, did he?
Well, 'cause
but
he
like
had a
he's like
big name tag.
He's like, "Why would you pick there's no way to get in there."
And they're like,
And he's like, well-
exactly. Like, as if Roman thought of that. But then,
but
Tage
then-
is like, I have a plan for
I
that.
have a plan. But then Letty.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Letty walks in it. He's like, the team's not complete and I'm just like, how did you get Letty? Because she's finding herself.
Yeah, we're.
And
how
then
do
she's
you-
just fine with going back to doing missions.
Yeah, because she was like, the house was exploded. I was worried. I'm like, you left.
Yeah, I was worried about you, Dom. Yeah, you're finding yourself. You can't be fucking worried, dude.
And then this is the end of the scene. But so if you have anything more,
No, I'm good, dude.
All right, so Dom says this time it ain't just about being fast, and then that's it. I was
Dude,
so,
I wanted him to say it's about being furious.
which
dude.
would have been the dumbest line
But
ever.
I would have loved
But
it.
you
were
fucking-
fucking there, guys.
You blue balled me, and then we cut to we don't know what the plan really is. Roman's just fucking scared.
Dude, and I said I freaking called it, dude.
Yeah.
Cars do fly. And Roman's freaking the fuck out. Dude, what's cool is it's cutting to them like sitting there, like putting on like things,
And
and,
then-
he's like freaking out, and they're all just not driving.
Yeah.
And you're like, what's happening?
And like Tage just playing on his phone like a parachuting game,
Yeah,
which
he's
I thought that was a dumb thing to put
Maybe
in.
that was like a little bit of foreshadowing or something, but
Foreshadowing by a minute.
By a
you didn't
minute.
need to do that.
and then all of a sudden the fucking plane things open.
Oh, so this is where I have this note. So now they're driving on a plane. Remember when they almost got taken down by one angry truck driver?
Oh yeah.
They literally almost died.
Yeah, one of the movies there was a guy.
The
there was
first
an
movie.
angry truck driver with a shotgun.
and he almost killed like 3 of them.
And now they're dropping cars out of planes. Well, dude, just remember, furious.
Yeah, no, fucking. And my next note is Brian missed this.
Yeah, you missed this. Oh, dude, so my reaction right now is dropping out of a fucking plane. Smart. So ridiculous. And I wrote this down. I said, this is rough CGI. Then I found out this scene is not.
See, I thought it looked great. Except for
really?
like one scene where like the cars are diving straight for the camera, and I think that was CGI.
Dude, yeah, what I found out is 10% of this movie is CGI.
Which is...
And most of that...
It has to be explosions.
No, most of that 10% was to remove wires and contraptions from making these scenes happen.
Holy
so
shit.
most of this movie's real effects. So like the bus scene...
So they can't put... Because... Of course, we know that Paul Walker dies.
Yeah.
So
that's CGI. Yeah.
I feel like they can't count that towards the 10% because that's half the scene.
Motion tracking and face covering.
I think he filmed less than half of his.
So
scenes.
what point is it not him?
So this
because I didn't notice it till the very end.
The driving thing, yeah. So I found out because the actress who plays Mia had a role in another thing where she was like a star of a TV show, so she had to film late on this, and she didn't get a film with him.
God damn it.
He had died before she had got to set.
That fucking sucks, dude.
Yeah. Like the only thing that makes me happy is that most of the not stunt doubles, but most of the body doubles are his two brothers, which that made me really happy that and same with
they were like his legit brothers,
and a lot of the voice work was them, and because Paul and Vin
Walker,
Diesel were so close that Vin Diesel knew his brothers too.
That's really cool.
Yeah, so like it was part of the family.
What? Yeah, that's really. But I'm curious at what point in the movie.
I mean, they film out of order.
Yeah,
especially because they're traveling.
But like
so much.
throughout the movie, he's so a huge part of it.
Yeah, I wonder.
Yeah, because I wonder what scenes are because I didn't notice it till the end.
Only that last scene is the only one where because I thought he was in all of it except for that, and they're like, we don't want to write him off. In the next one, we want to explain something.
He retires. Yeah. But, so I thought the scene was CGI. Because there was a couple... The only CGI part in this whole car... They literally dropped cars out of planes in real life to get this. It's so fucking crazy. But the only parts of CGI was the in-car shots of their faces.
Which, of course.
With green screen, obviously to get their reactions. But, like, legit cars were being launched from... a plane, and like they destroyed so many cars, and they did tests. I think like 240 cars got destroyed in this movie.
260 or 240, yeah.
Dude, they did a bunch of test car drops. Like they put cameras on cars and hoped that the cameras wouldn't break to get these shots. Like that's insane.
Really, that's so
insane, dude.
No, like good for. I mean, also these movies make so much money, so good for them to putting it towards the movies.
Well, I wrote down, dude. So I was gonna talk about this at the end, but the plane scene was real effects mostly, and then the scene with the bus, which we're not there with Brian in the bus, no CGI at all. That was 100% real effects.
Good for them.
So like wires and shit, and then they just like that's insane. I love that they did that because it'd be so easy to do CGI.
Yeah,
because you're making a ridiculous movie,
Hollywood magic. Yeah.
So then only 10% of the action scenes were CGI, and it was mostly,
the action scenes. Okay.
Yeah, and it was mostly, and then. Estimated production budget of this movie was $250 million. One of the most expensive films ever made.
Fuck, but
fucking insane, dude.
Because my next note, back to the cars in the sky. How the fuck do they aim? They had such a long drop window.
Yeah, how do you know where you're going?
Well, like it was like a minute-long drop window, which is super long, especially for cars.
Yeah, heavy
for
fucking...
a road. You're aiming for a road. Especially because, also, I know, why does Dom have spare tires on the back of his car?
Yeah, he had 2 spare tires.
And they were like the car looked cool.
It was like a design.
But like, why do you have those?
in case you land and one of the tires pops, from the plane.
Oh yeah, because did you expect this car to survive this trip?
No. And then they do car parachutes right into the road.
Yeah, and then
they start driving immediately.
Which, I mean, they probably did. I mean, that's probably was wires. And
so, they did a shot where it was about like, and it was stunt drivers. I was reading about this, where they're about 10 feet, maybe it was 5 feet or something, right above the air. And like the stunt drivers revved the engines and had the wheels spinning before they dropped to get those effects.
Cool.
And it was like, that's fucking insane.
God, that would hurt.
But they did so much. Can you imagine how long it would take just to do a stunt like that?
Yeah.
And just to get all that shots, and then you got to edit it down, and then
literally weeks.
Yeah, weeks, because you got to do pre-production, planning, so even more. Yeah,
and like you have to get so many cars, make them look exactly the same.
Yeah, because you're destroying cars.
So like they must have because So the car.
I'm just so curious. I would love to see behind the
A
scenes
lot
footage.
of every dropping car had to literally just be a shell with wheels on it.
Yeah,
because
but that it looks like it.
yeah, that's insane. And then we also see that fucking Roman's not leaving. He's not gonna go.
Yeah, he goes, I'm not.
I'm gonna stay in the plane to make sure things are okay up here.
Yeah, he goes, and Tage goes, I knew you would say that.
And pulls a tiny parachute. I love
He's
Roman
like breaking,
trying
breaking,
to fight
he's like,
it.
I love how he's talking a big game, but he's actually like
Well,
scared.
it's his fucking plan.
Yeah.
And then so everyone lands and we just see Roman lazily
Dude,
floating.
I love how he's just
That was-
floating just randomly.
Just kind of spinning.
Just randomly.
That was so fucking funny.
Because they all land like in uniform and they're just fucking driving fast. And
Yeah.
It's so freaking cool, dude.
And then because my biggest issue with this next scene, because now we're coming up where they're arriving on the bus and we hear like Tasia's the armor car, which I thought that was cool.
Well, because earlier in the movie, he go
I want the demon baby of that one and
that one. Yeah, Dom says that to Tage, and he goes, "Okay, I can do that."
I wonder how long it would take to build a car from scratch, combining parts from different cars.
It's insane that I'm starting to like him in this role, Tage.
I don't.
But it's weird that he's the
a
tech,
genius.
Yeah, he's the tech
I don't
guy.
love it. I never did, just because that's not what we were introduced as. But also, I understand that they need that role.
They need that role for
And
these action movies.
And I'm glad that they kept him.
I'm
as
glad
a
that they
character.
kept Luda instead of bringing in
And
someone
I'm glad
else.
he does shit like this too, like where he's the armor car, where he's still driving.
And he's still, which is, I made a note about that. He's driving. Because he hasn't been driving. Remember?
he drove in other movies too, though.
Yeah, true. But
Because like
not like.
no, he's done some crazy driving.
Okay.
too, yeah.
Maybe I just didn't notice.
'Cause-
But I got excited when I saw him behind the wheel.
Because my issue was, so Tasia's the armor car, which badass, everything's bulletproof, they're all bulletproof, but his tires are huge.
Yeah.
And they're exposed. Like they're
Well, dude, I have a note on this.
yeah.
So my first note is miniguns.
Yeah.
Because this fucking bus and all these cars have miniguns, and it's
Yeah.
like, oh my god, dude,
Why
what
are they
the
called
heck?
miniguns? They're very large guns.
And I said, I get what they are doing, because this is when Luda's taking all the damage from the miniguns.
Yeah.
Luda's car is slower because of the weight, so all the cars are pushing it.
Oh.
Because they're driving
yeah,
faster
'cause
cars.
I did like that.
Because they mentioned earlier, like, you won't be able to go as fast.
yeah.
If you have a heavy car. So, and that's what they're doing.
Cool.
So the fast cars are pushing it.
Oh, I
Because
like
it's-
that.
So it's like they've really thought it through, and I was like, that's fucking badass.
Then he busts through those two cars and the next two cars.
And then, holy fuck, the bus has miniguns.
well, no,
dude.
did you hear what he yelled? Strike!
Yeah, like he knocked it down. And then you find out the bus has miniguns with
On the
armor-piercing
side.
rounds.
It looked like a pirate ship.
Yeah, it was just like, geez Louise, dude. And then Brian jumps into the bus.
I love the moment when he's coming up. He's like, I got to be closer. Like, no shit. Because then he just hits the bus.
It's in,
yeah.
dude. And then I said, Brian is a fucking badass, dude.
He got
And
his bullets back.
And I said, it's probably the cop training, how he's so good at like hand-to-hand combat, but also ridiculous.
Because his arch nemesis in this movie, I never got his name.
I never got his name, but dude,
Martial arts master.
and yeah. So Brian is keeping up with him, but
he
not,
wouldn't, though.
Yeah, he wouldn't, dude.
And then we find Ramsey,
And I did not expect Ramsey to be a chick.
let alone a crazy hot woman. Of course, everyone in these movies has to be.
Well, they make remarks on that later.
I
Roman
know.
and Tage do.
Yeah, and then like I felt like, and they had her like wearing running mascara. I'm like, oh she, and then they fucking throws her out of the bus onto fucking Vinny Boy's car. I was
Well-
like, she's having the worst day.
It's 'cause, yeah, you got captured, and then I said, oh fuck, Shaw.
Yeah,
Of course.
How's he show up on the goddamn mountain?
Well, it's because he knows where everyone is.
How's he show up on the mountain though?
You see him driving up.
No, but on
Yeah,
the mountain.
Yeah, I don't know, dude.
Because the villains in this scene also don't know Shaw yet, so they would take down anybody else.
So now they're driving down the mountain through trees and shit.
Well, no, Ramsey's still on the hood of the car, and like Dumb doesn't slow down ever.
Oh yeah, because she's trying to get in,
And then
he
Shaw's
just,
like fighting him, and he doesn't like slow down, let her, and then like he
like grabs her and then pulls
well, no,
her
he
in.
revs the engine so
Oh,
it
so it
pops
raises up. Yeah.
and she comes in through. Yeah,
Dude, it's I love when Dom raises his wheels up.
I
Like,
know.
it just that's his signature move.
Oh god, yeah. Now we're getting where they're driving down the mountain.
So
and
they're driving down the mountain, and I got so jacked because one of the bad guys got killed because he got pierced by a
giant-
fucking tree.
a giant tree
His
spear.
car just went, foomp.
just through it.
Dude, it was insane. But you're driving down a mountain? Damn, that's fucking nuts, dude.
But do you know who's also driving down the mountain? Fucking Roman's back.
Well,
he
so-
just pulls up behind him.
So I have a note before Roman shows
Okay.
up, dude, because I got so jacked Roman came back.
Yeah.
I said, good job, Brian, because it cuts back to Brian and them fighting.
Yeah.
He headbutts
Yep.
the dude into the gun button,
Yep.
which shoots the bag. I think it's so...
Shoots the other random guy who's pulling up that Letty let through on
But
accident.
then I was like, oh, fuck, the driver of the bus just got shot. So now the bus is fucking... And I'm just like, jeez Louise, dude.
Nothing
the plane
can
is
go
going...
right.
Yeah, nothing ever goes right.
And then we
I
get Roman's back.
And then, did you catch Roman's first line?
I knew he had a funny line.
Dude, Roman comes in, hot as fuck, and he goes, I'm back, bitches.
That's why I wrote Roman's back, bitches.
Dude,
Yeah.
so he was so scared, but then he just comes in flying. I'm back.
He's on the ground where
I'm
he-
back, bitches.
And he's hungry. I don't think we get him eating ever in this movie.
Oh yeah, I guess I don't know because Han's not there to be snacking either. Rest in peace.
R.I.P. Han.
And then my next note is Brian. What the fuck?
Is it when he's...
Yeah, the bus is sliding off the cliff, but he's locked in.
and then it hangs over the cliff.
And I go, you think that's the best way out?
The bottom door?
The
That's my
bottom
note.
door over the cliff, and then you're gonna rock climb your way up the
There's
bus.
a window above you.
Yeah, and also like, dude, I feel like if you're adding more weight to tip it.
Yeah. Which, I mean, I could see wanting to get out, but also, like, I feel like the bus is fucked up enough you could have gotten out.
Yeah,
through
and
the
also
side or
isn't
the
there a
back.
gun somewhere you could maybe pop the lock on that gate or something? Because
Yeah.
he opens that gate immediately. Was that gate not locked when they first find Ramsey? Because he just walks on.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
True, because he hit somebody with it. You're
Yeah,
right.
and then just opens it.
True.
Yep.
No, but yeah, because my next note,
Potholes.
my note is Brian hanging off a cliff, and he opens the door that's under
That's
him.
below him, and then drops down and holds on by one hand.
Yeah.
Which is fucking insane.
Even
dude.
if like the driver's side there's not a door, we saw a window.
Yeah.
So climb up the fucking seat.
No, but he goes out the door on the bottom side, which is, I said, so fucking ridiculous.
Because I knew there'd be a moment where he's running while the bus is falling.
he climbed the bus,
Which I would feel I think I could do that.
and then was running while it was tipping.
I don't think I could do
but
that.
it's cool fucking knowing that there was no CGI in this. So someone was doing...
I mean, they were on wires and
Yeah,
shit.
but still,
Yeah.
but that's fucking... It was cool. Slow motion. But like
Not
it was
CGI,
literally-
but it was definitely green screen because they didn't drop a bus off a cliff.
Yeah, I don't know what they
Because that would
did.
destroy natural habitat. So
Yeah.
it had to have been on
Yeah, on a platform or
on a
something.
green screen thing, but that's not CGI because he actually did the stunt.
Yeah, I guess I don't know what exactly... Because CGI computer-generated image. So I guess I don't know.
I would believe that the environment around, like probably the floor and the bus, was real.
And then it was just on a thing that tipped that was green, and then they just had to film or put in a mountain behind it.
Probably because
Or maybe they just actually did it on a edge of a cliff, but there was stuff below it.
maybe
And then they just had wires on the bus to control the tilt.
that makes sense.
You know what I mean?
There's no way they
'Cause
dropped.
I read that they built a lot of crazy contraptions to
yeah,
help.
because there's no way you can drop a bus off a cliff.
But then also like you got to figure out like post editing, how are you erasing that shit? And they did it.
yeah. Well, I mean, there's people who that's purely their job is to
That's
remove
insane,
wires
dude.
and shit.
But like this scene, he runs and he jumps, and then
Letty's coming.
Letty comes and drifts. How does Letty even know?
that
and
the
he
spoiler's gonna line up perfectly
and he
for him.
grabs the fucking spoiler. Oh man, dude, so ridiculous, but I loved it.
Yeah, and
I
also
loved it because I was like, dude, I love you, Brian.
Well, also
Brian's fucking badass.
My next note is I bet Brian and Letty don't hang out enough.
Yeah,
I'm
dude.
glad that they had a moment alone.
they
to
had a
talk,
moment,
to
dude.
chit chat.
Because, dude, I love he falls down on the ground to catch his breath, and Letty gets out of the car and he goes,
You good?
You good?
Yeah.
And then it just cuts to him getting in the passenger seat.
No, I like the idea
Yeah,
that they hang
you
out
good?
too. Because like they had to drive down the mountain, look for everybody,
And then we
cut
cut
back to
to
Dom.
oh fuck, Dom is surrounded on the edge of a cliff with the Ramsey.
Did you know where he was going though?
I did not, dude.
Oh, I knew instantly. Like, yeah, there's one way off that cliff.
But then I said, oh fuck, Shaw's got eyes on him too.
I know.
And
Yeah,
then
sniper.
he fucking started spinning to create dust.
Which I love this line, the put your helmet on, and he had a helmet for
Yeah,
her.
and
I
she's
thought that
like-
was so sweet.
It was funny. Put your helmet on, and then she's like, "Why?" And then he starts spinning, and then just backs off.
Yep. And she's like, "You're facing the wrong way." Okay, so I guess I knew he was going off the cliff. I thought that he was gonna have another parachute, because like,
Oh, that'd be so funny.
well, because like Roman had another parachute. He had that little one that just kind of stops wind speed. But
nope, but he fucking just destroyed the car.
yeah, like he's risky. Yeah,
but,
because
but you find out that the car
it was reinforced.
Yeah, Tage reinforced it
but still,
because so it was part of your plan to get caught and then tumble down
I
the
think he
mountain.
just knew that would be an option. But like even still
but
reinforcement.
But he got fucked up, dude.
He still walked away from it.
Yeah, dude.
No, like no matter how much you reinforce it, like his rolling down a mountain, that means you will roll into rocks that will go through your glass windows. Like you will die.
Yeah, boom, tumble down a mountain. So then we cut
to bottom of the mountain, right?
Bottom of the mountain, they're like by a lake or something.
And they're comfortable enough just to hang out.
They're hanging out while Ramsey passes out, and then she wakes up, and they're all surrounding her.
And Roman's got a crush.
I have a quote from Roman.
Yeah.
He goes, he's talking to Tage, I think, and he goes, with a body like that, you ain't gonna park it behind a computer. Because he's like, there's no way that's the hacker.
And then Tage is like, yeah. And then she instantly figures out, well, you're the Joker. You're the ex-military. You're the Alpha, dude, Mrs. Alpha.
It is crazy, dude. But then I have a quote from Dom at this point.
But what is real is family.
That
line was so stupid.
Everyone's looking for a thrill, but what's real is family. You thought that line was stupid? Yeah. My note was, I said, that's words to live by. Dude, I like that quote because it's like, everyone's like trying to get like this thrill, and it's like, dude, and he said this in all his movies. What matters is this moment.
I know that was just one where I was like, oh, here comes a family line.
You got to throw it in there. But I liked it, dude. I really enjoyed it, dude.
All right, and then we find out we're going to the Middle East.
Yep, cut to Abu Dhabi. Nice.
Abu Dhabi's so fucking cool.
The cars they were driving,
were beautiful,
fucking nice cars. And then you find out the car that they need to get
is $3.4 million,
and then there's only 4 of them.
I think 7,
something like that. But you find out top speed 242 miles per hour, and
242.
Yeah, 242 miles per hour, and it's bulletproof.
Which I feel like that can't exist in real life.
No, this car does. There's only 4 of these cars in real life, and they made a car that looks like it because they did destroy it in this filming.
They sure fucking did.
Because this scene is fucking insane.
But we start beachside before we find all this.
Yeah, the beachside is
fucking hot. And did you notice
hot.
Tage lost his muscles?
Whoa, he's smaller now?
Yeah, he wasn't jacked. Like, because in the
last movie he was
insane.
He still looked good though.
He looked fine. Like, I mean, he didn't look bad.
And then of course, there's that slow motion scene, like it's James Bond movie where fucking
she comes out of
the water
shakes.
and slow, and it's just like, jeez, and everyone's staring at her.
I mean, she's hot as fuck.
Yeah, she is.
Which I didn't recognize her as an actress at all.
No, I don't recognize her, but yeah, she was hot, cool, and a badass.
Yeah, I liked her a lot.
That's everybody in Fast and Furious, dude. It's just
it's a requirement.
It's just a hot, cool, badass. You know, even like Vinny Boy, hot, cool, badass. You know.
Wait, I'm gonna look her up real quick. So I'm curious if she's in anything else.
What's her name?
I'm guessing it's pronounced Natalie, Nathalie.
Natalie.
Or Nathalie, maybe?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Nathalie Emmanuel. Oh shit. She's Game of Thrones. Fucking of course.
Oh, I've never seen Game of Thrones.
She's Daenerys's like right-hand person.
Never seen it. So
no, and you see her boobies in it, and it's great.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna ask. You see her?
You see her boobies, and they're great. Real, yeah.
I mean, you see most of them in Furious 7 because of the swimsuit.
Yeah, but you see all of them in Game of Thrones, and it's pretty great.
Okay, so now
and like you have to wait till season 7 or
yeah, but you don't have to wait anymore. It's streaming, dude. You can just find it.
Well, no, I'm saying it took a long time to get those boobies, but they're great.
Worth it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she shows her boobies to a guy who has no penis. What a waste.
Yeah, what a waste of those tits.
But she also showed them to me.
Whoa.
Which not a waste. Greatly appreciated.
And do you have a penis?
I do.
Oh, good to know. Good to know for the listeners.
You want to see it?
Yeah, right now. We just hear zip. And I go, oh, wow.
Wait, can you hear my zip? Maybe.
I'll turn it up in post.
Just do just a super long zipper sound.
Okay. But I said, damn. They clean up nice, dude.
Dom doesn't. He looks so stupid.
I liked him.
I
have notes on this though.
See, I love suits.
But big men in suits.
It's fun. Well, I don't like big guys in the suit jacket. My thing is the cummerbund looks horrible.
What's a cummerbund?
That's like that thing you wear around your stomach. It's like it kind of looks like a sash, but it's super thick and you wear it across your stomach.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I hate those. I think those look horrible.
Was he wearing one of them?
Yeah, and I think. Can't remember if Roman was or not, but he for sure was.
Dude, Letty looked
God
incredible.
Damn. Yeah.
that red dress, and then
with a big back and like that kind of
yeah,
loose.
they did the big back
and
cut.
like that loose front where it's like not loose, but it just like hangs. I like that.
Yeah, dude,
a lot.
she looks great. Well, they all looked great, and then fucking this is the introduction of Ronda Rousey as the bodyguard, and I'm like, what? Why are you in this fucking movie?
God, she's so scary looking because she's not like she's not like huge, but she's like, because like.
Yeah, she's not like jacked, but she's also jacked.
But like, yeah, I'm saying like she's not like bodybuilder because bodybuilders don't fight. No. She's
a real UFC fighter.
I mean, I think one of the top at her in her prime.
And then she retired, had a kid, and joined pro wrestling
because she was undefeated.
And then
she lost, and then she like quit for a while, and then she came back, and then she lost really bad.
She's scary
because I saw her comeback fight, and it was bad.
What's so crazy is if you're a real fighter and then you join fake fighting,
that's gotta be weird.
How do you not actually punch somebody?
I mean, but she did WWE where you have to pull punches.
That's what I mean. Like, how do you not punch somebody?
I mean, I don't know. Like, yeah, because that's such different.
But
training.
also, she doesn't talk yet. But when she's terrible.
Like, was she doing an accent or was that a weird?
I think she's just terrible at freaking acting.
Because my next or I have a note right before that.
But I said, you find out she's the bodyguard, and I put not good because I know she's a fighter.
Yeah, but also right before that we get the Blarib.
The Blarib.
Yep, that is
the black Arab.
Yep.
Yeah.
Roman wants to be a black Arab because he likes what's going on.
Dude, he loves Abu Dhabi.
Well, I mean that fucking party with the gold ladies. I would love that.
Dude, they cut back to that gold lady dancing so much.
Just like half the time, just her ass.
Yeah, and it's like, and they did it so much.
There's so much happening.
And there's also so much of the party. Why are you just focusing on one person?
No offense, the party looked kind of lame. It was just people like with their hands up holding drinks and like bouncing around.
Well, it was just a birthday party.
It wasn't.
Yeah, it was a birthday party for the rich dude.
Oh, was it actually?
Yeah, that's what the party was.
No, because they also said that they do this every day.
Well, they party like this every day, but this party they were at, because they had to get invited by that one guy that's friends of Ramsey.
Was it?
They got an invite. It was a birthday party for the guy who owns that car.
Because I know they say birthday when the Blarib just starts singing to people.
Well, because he pulls that girl. I'm pretty sure it was a birthday party or something. I don't know. Maybe I was wrong.
I thought it was just a party. It
might have just been a party.
Because they all say we do this every day. Because my next note is, how the fuck did Letty knock that guy out in 2 hits?
Well, she's a fucking badass, dude. In her dress.
But
bam, bam.
She's not trained for that.
Yeah, I guess.
No, she's just a mechanic.
But Shaw probably taught her. Remember she worked for Shaw for a little
I
bit?
fucking guess, but still.
She has no memory, dude.
And then this is when we find out Roman's role. He's just fucking loudmouth.
Yeah, because Tage is like giving him the roles, and he's like, so what's my role? And he's like,
special ops or something.
Special ops. You'll know when we need you.
I love how useless he is in this movie.
No, but but they use his abilities so good.
But he's
just good at talking.
But
and
also I'm going
people.
off of him like parachuting, where he just wasn't in it much. He was just floating.
Yeah, but like I love that though.
Yeah, no, I love that
comedic.
he's useless because he wants to be in charge.
And then so they send Roman to distract everybody. He picks up a girl and says it's her birthday.
Starts singing,
and then Brian and Roman go to
Brian
get
and Dom.
Yeah, Brian and Dom go to get the car.
Dom just lifts it up.
No, but before that, I love how when they walk in, Brian geeks the fuck out.
Yeah.
He goes, he like starts naming all this shit about the car.
Well, it goes, yeah, and then I think Brian's like, I want to punch him in the face, and I thought he would. He never does.
Yeah, for keeping the car locked
and
up.
Dom says,
and then I
said,
said, holy fuck, Benny Boy lifted the car.
And he doesn't look good. Because I wonder if that's possible, but also I remember Dom saying like, you can't keep a beat, or you can't cage a beast,
yeah, you
or
can't
whatever
cage
the
a
fuck.
beast,
yeah,
dude.
or can't keep a beast. Like, and then he just picks it up, and
he picks it up, and
face
then
goes red immediately.
Dude, but
so he's
what's
actually lifting
so,
something heavy.
What's so funny is, so he lifts it up, and before Brian goes under, he goes,
"You good?
You got this?" Yeah. and he just doesn't say anything. Because he's
I think just do it or whatever.
And then Brian gets under there trying to look for the chip or whatever.
Yeah, and then we find out where it was.
It's like deep in there, but then somehow he can reach it later.
Because he breaks the screen. I didn't get that at all.
Yeah, it's weird. But then, oh fuck,
we see Ronda.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that your next
note?
Yeah,
Ronda Rousey is fighting. This fight scene's intense because they're both wearing fucking dresses.
Because my next note is Ronda is a bad actress, but good lord, is she terrifying.
Yeah, she's terrible at acting, but fucking scary fighter.
And also, scary fighter. Why is it all like pretty ladies fighting? Because the other 2 guards were girls too. And she instantly beats the shit out of them somehow.
Yeah, destroys them, dude.
And then fucking Ron. Did you notice they were wearing heels the entire fight scene?
Yeah, heels and like kind of tight dresses, but like fighting and
I mean,
using
that
their
leg room. God,
and
her
fighting-
leg,
yeah,
like her
legs.
flex, like she like breaks down to splits at one point. Fucking terrifying.
Well, dude,
God
that
damn,
UFC,
that woman can
that's, you
step on
grab
me.
people with your legs and shit, dude.
Yeah, because my next note is Letty would be destroyed in seconds.
Yeah, by a trained fucking fighter.
Well, I mean, one punch. Like, I can't even picture what a Ronda punch would feel like.
It'd
let
probably
alone
knock
a
me out,
fucking
dude.
kick.
Oh my
like,
god,
if she kicked you in
those
the
legs.
chest.
Oh, dude, I would fucking shit my pants probably.
Yeah.
That would be so fucking scary. But then all this is happening, and then Shaw shows up,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, "Jeez, Louise." So now you got to deal with this now. And then I said, "Good thing this car is bulletproof."
Yeah, but also we get a scene where like Tage also takes down a dude.
Oh yeah.
And it was like, okay.
because like, and he does it like real quick.
Well,
like,
and he does
all,
it
like
expertise,
like
yeah.
jujitsu or whatever, and
Where
like,
he's like, yeah, controlling the
he's
arm.
like trying to like impress Ramsey.
Which I think he does, but I'm just like, that's why Tage is my least favorite character because he's just good at everything. I'm just like,
Yeah,
stop
they're
it.
kind of just throwing him into these
Pick a
roles. that
lane.
he's good.
He's just kind of like the filler of whatever needs to be done.
It is
Like,
weird
I
that-
like him as purely tech. I mean, I don't love him as tech because I don't get how he's an expert.
Yeah.
But like, if that's his role, that's his role.
Yeah,
Make him
stick
be
him to-
like, I
So
wish like
he's
he was kind of
nerdy.
a bitch fighting or something. And like,
but no, he's good at driving. He's good at fighting. He's good at tech.
and he knows safes. He's an
Yeah.
expertise. Yeah. He's also playing on his phone the entire time, which is supposed to be like,
Jokey or
I don't know. Is it like supposed to be like charismatic, kind of like how Han was always snacking?
yeah, I don't know, but
Because he's on his phone this entire movie.
yeah, but Han is just a different breed of awesome.
I mean, yeah, Han.
I just fucking love him.
I
dude.
miss Han.
So I have a note and a question about this.
Yes.
How can a car
It can't.
be bulletproof when there's tires?
Yep.
Just shoot the tires.
I'll look up right now. Has there ever been
Problem solved.
bulletproof tire
I think
that are like legitimate tires?
yeah, because I think they've invented tires that
The
aren't
hex
that are that
ones,
aren't
yeah.
air.
Which
And-
you could shoot and they'd probably like tear apart.
Yeah, but
Easier.
like yeah, but if a bulletproof car, I get it. Like, but like just fucking shoot that. You could have done that in every scene.
Every
Just-
scene.
Just shoot the tire and they're fucked.
Technically, there's nothing like bulletproof tires, but there are tires resistant with rubber or a metal band inside.
Oh, so it's
There's
like
some-
a bulletproof shield, kind of.
Like, as in, like, they still, like, keep shape a little bit, I'm guessing.
But yeah, because that's like the whole thing. Like that's how they got away because the bulletproof car.
I mean, those giant tires couldn't be bulletproof.
And then so Dom, they're like, we got to get the
It's
car.
time to unleash the beast.
time to unleash the
from
beast.
a penthouse.
Yeah, you're fucking in Abu Dhabi, fucking 80 stories in the sky. They are so
bet
high
more
up.
than that.
Those fucking 3 buildings, so beautiful.
No, like, and
Is that a real? Like,
Yeah.
I'm guessing that's a real.
And Abu Dhabi's so fucking cool because they're like just the richest thing. Because that was another note I have is these princes would be way more powerful than anyone else in this entire franchise.
Oh, true.
Like
yeah.
the amount of fucking money they have.
and
like
they
it's
they just fucking party all the time and just
yeah, like because they are so like we don't even like can't process the amount of money they have.
and then Dom is like fucked because he's driving a car.
Yeah, and Brian's just cars don't fly.
Dude, he literally says cars don't fly, and I put LOL. You said
Cars.
that earlier, Brian.
and we learned
Cars do fly through the window, and I said, "Fuck, dude, you fucking drove a car." That scene was insane, dude.
because that wouldn't work, right? Like you would drop pretty fucking quick. I think.
I don't know how close the buildings are. I don't know, and
But,
he's
like,
driving really
cars
fast.
are so heavy.
But then also, like, if you're driving that fast, how can you brake? You know what I mean?
there were no brakes, remember?
Oh yeah, he keeps going through that building and goes right into the next one. So he goes through 2 buildings.
But they fucking destroyed the Terracotta Army. That pissed me off.
Oh, is that what that was?
Yeah.
because it was like an art museum, and he fucking.
What? Not museum. It's someone who bought a bunch of shit.
Oh, it was just. I thought it was a museum.
No, it's private collections. That's what a lot of that's like what the car is.
Oh,
It's-
so it was just somebody's like home that had it.
I would
and
imagine
then, and
so,
then
yeah.
his car just fucking came
'Cause
through.
do you know what that army is?
No.
because they.
I recognized it.
I can't remember what dynasty they built that for. Like Jin dynasty. That sounds right, but I feel like that's the only dynasty I can picture.
Sure.
But they buried all those to help protect them in the afterlife.
Oh, cool.
Like so they just made so many of those soldiers and buried them. And it took forever for us to like or for not us, but anyone to discover them. Super cool.
So they just buried.
Soldiers.
That's
not like bones,
yeah,
but
but like
the
these
terracotta army.
Yeah, that's actually kind of cool, dude.
I know. I love those,
dude.
Yeah,
They are so high up, and then they jump out of the car, and the car goes off the building, and then Dom rolls
and
stops right at the edge.
then he just stands there at the edge for like a while.
Why would you stand there?
I would just be like throwing up.
I would be so
shaking.
I'm afraid of heights.
Like
dude.
I think I would just need to lay down on the floor
and just be
to
grounded.
Because you were also driving from skyscraper to
you
skyscraper.
were falling.
Yeah. And like, thank God they hit a window instead of just like the floor, because they would just bounced off.
Yeah, and then just gone back into the other building.
No, they would have hit the ground. Jesus,
dude, it's fucking nuts. I love when they jump into the first building though, and that guy's just cleaning the floor, and he's like, "What the?" Like a car just comes in and goes out. Like you're fucking like 80 stories in the air, and a car just comes through the window.
Yeah, like how do you
you're like,
process-
what? And then it's just gone.
and it just keeps going, no
And
brakes.
you're just like a janitor. You're like, what? What do I do now? It's fucking nuts. And then Dom says, "Still missed the bullets, Brian," because you see the car fall and blow up.
Yeah. And like, I'm a little annoyed we don't see, because do we see how the rest of the team got out of there?
No, we don't.
Or do we just cut to
No, we don't.
back at the base? Because they have the thing now.
Yeah, time to hunt Shaw with the God's Eye. That's what this thing's
I
called.
like
the
that thing.
God's Eye, where you can find anybody. Dude, I love how
It's basically the thing Bruce Wayne invented in The Dark Knight.
Oh, really?
Or no, because that was like, well, because that's accessing all phones and using as echo thing.
Oh, Echo Radar. Yeah.
Yeah,
But this is cool. Like, yeah, it was cool using like the cameras from phones, the cameras, like anything. Like there was a scene where someone was talking on the phone, but they could see the camera of the person next to them. Like, that was really
that is
cool. Yeah, it was a cool idea, and I love that it was called God's Eye because you could just see everything.
I like that name, yeah. And this is where Mr. Nobody's talking to Dom.
Well, I have something before because I have a quote written down. Before.
Okay.
Yeah, but I said Vinny Boy. I did like Vinny Boy in the Tux, but the next scene where he comes in a cutoff,
Because they're like,
I went, God damn it, I love him in a cutoff.
because it's not even a tank top, it's a shirt with cutoffs.
It's a legit cutoff, and it was like a black, and I was like,
Yep.
God damn it,
That's my boy.
yeah, he looked so good, dude. And then here's my quote from Dom: "I don't have friends, I have family."
That was the one that I thought was ridiculous. Not the first one that I thought at first, but no, that's the one where I was like, Jesus Christ. But also we get like where Dom's like, I want to go, you, me, your team. That's it. They're not killers. I'm like, Brian is certainly a killer.
Yeah, he was a cop,
And then he-
also everything that you guys have been through.
Also,
And also, the team has been through it with you.
Roman's a fucking killer. He's ready to shoot. Although, like, at some point later on this movie, he's like, I don't even have a gun. Do you remember in Too Fast, Too Furious when a cop pulls up
And he just
Roman
pulls out
instantly opens fire at that man?
Yeah, just instantly has a
even
gun.
though he's aware they were working for the cops. Yep. So now Brian's come to join. And I love that Dom and Brian have no tactical gear on.
No, they just are going in raw dog.
Cut off. Dom has a shotgun that he
is-
never aims.
This is so insane, dude. They just walk in, and Shaw's eating dinner.
And I fucking hate when movies do this. Shoot him. Shoot him in the head right now.
Just
he
end
killed
it.
Han.
Just end it.
Yep. Shoot him in the
Yeah.
face.
Why do you have to talk?
And they do that a lot in this movie, where I'm just like, no, fuck it. No, like you shouldn't even.
Dude, that's
enter-
how every fast like the Yakuza. Just fucking kill him. Problem
when the
solved.
dad pulled the gun on him.
Yeah,
like,
just kill him.
yeah,
Just kill
that-
him. Problem solved. Problem solved. Movie
Don't
over.
even enter the bait. Like at first, like look at windows. You can probably kill him from like
Yeah, you can probably just snipe him because he's sitting there eating dinner.
Yeah.
He knows you're coming.
dinner look good.
But then he wipes his face, and he has like metal.
napkin?
He
Yeah,
has
he
like metal in his teeth, and I go, "What the fuck is that?" And then he puts it down, and it's a grenade.
Boy
And
loves
I'm
grenades.
Like, and I'm like, "What the fuck?" He
I
pulled a pin from a grenade secretly.
Wait, I just remembered how he blew up the hospital. He goes to security guard and pulls the pin off his grenade and walks away. That's what it was.
Yep.
So that because I knew he loved grenades,
he's
and
a
that's why I was
grenade
pissed
guy.
when he threw that hockey puck.
Dude, it's freaking nuts, dude. And then I said, "Oh fuck, top bad guy is back."
Oh, this is the I don't have friends, I got family
Yeah,
line.
yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
that's what because I thought I wrote that down.
And dude, we find out Shaw is a really good shooter.
Oh yeah, or wait, do you mean? Well, yeah, Shaw of course.
Shaw's incredible. But then Mr. Nobody is a badass.
Literally, my note is, oh damn, Mr. Nobody is a certified badass. Turns on his dude.
I thought at this point Mr. Nobody was gonna turn.
Yeah, me
I thought
too.
there was gonna be a turn where he was like working for Shaw or something. But then no, he puts on these night vision glasses, and then just
Dual
fucking
wielding.
just bam, 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 bam. But then he gets shot.
Instantly. That's my next note. He just instantly got
Well,
shot.
what do you expect? You're just walking.
Yeah,
Just fucking. Why can't you just shoot one guy, lean back?
because
dude?
fuck, whatever his
You never
name
played
is.
Call of Duty? Like, come on, you can't
Yeah.
just walk through.
And like Brian's arch nemesis did that cartwheel flip over guy and shot down at him. That was
Yeah, it's
badass.
just like, dude. And the shots were really cool in this scene.
Well, and then like Mr. Nobody got shot, and then he turns around and winks, and then gets shot like 3 more
And it's just
times.
like, Jesus, dude.
What the fuck are you doing? And then this is where Shaw pulls out another fucking grenade and tosses it over right next to Brian.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and then he's fucked, dude.
And because my next note is the next scene. I don't have any more notes about this.
Yeah,
one.
my next scene is
Well, this is when they're back in LA.
yeah. So
Because my note is, why the fuck would they bring it back to their hometown?
exactly. So my thing is like, so they are just gonna avoid the whole bad guy militia and drive around playing hot potato. Oh, and also in their hometown.
Yeah, you're gonna destroy your city.
Yeah, I said, what is this? What is this plan?
Because my next note
What is this plan?
my next note is go to a fucking military base. You're working for the government.
Yeah, go
Use
to a
it.
safe space.
And like,
Because you're being hunted.
Because this is when Roman's like, I don't even have a gun. Why didn't you take one from the military? You're working for them.
I think there's also a quote where they go, well, these are our streets or something like that. And it's just like,
Yeah, and-
yeah, but you're being hunted by people with insane technology, and they have the God's eye and like
yeah,
all this.
like you can't like go to a fucking military base underground
With
and let
no-
them come to you and have a war. It's their fucking job, not yours.
Yeah, geez,
You already gave them the God. Like it's so. This part really annoyed me, and this is when we also get the
but
phone call.
yeah,
too.
Brian calls Mia, and this scene was kind of tough, dude. But we find out Mia's having a baby girl now.
Yep.
And they talk about the bad tuna sandwich.
Which why didn't he order something else? Because he's like, I ate it so much. You, like the point wasn't to order a bad sandwich.
but
The point
I-
was just keep talking.
No, but
to her.
I love that they brought back like how
Yes.
they met. Like I love that.
I
dude.
did like that too.
And then I said I almost teared up during this scene.
It because
Damn, because I'm attached, dude. I'm
I-
attached.
I now love Brian.
Because Mia, he goes, "I love you, Mia," and she goes, "No,
don't
say it like that." Like it was very and I was like, God damn.
Then there
And
was the dumb scene though when they both hung up and he just looks at the phone. I love you, Mia.
And then she goes,
I love you, Brian.
"I love you, Brian."
I'm like, could have just said it.
And then it cuts to fucking montage of Dom fucking building his contraption or whatever. And
Well,
it starts
'cause
with
he
him.
goes back to his
He goes back to his garage, which didn't
It's
get
fine.
which didn't get blew up.
and he rebuilt his dad's car again.
But then I love how he has a sawed off shotgun. It shows him.
Use a fucking military grade shit.
No, it shows him sawing off the shotgun, and then there's a quote: "One last ride." I don't know.
does
I
he
don't know
say
who.
that?
I don't know who says that. I think maybe Brian says that or Dom says that. He goes, "Yeah, I think Dom says that right before he does this montage of like building shit." He goes, "One last ride."
Oh, okay, because
and then he cuts off the shotty and he's like, "We're going to the car."
I was so annoyed by that. Like, just you had a badass like his shotgun kind of sounded like a space gun too when he was using it earlier.
Did it?
Yeah, it sounded weird. I noticed that at one point. But yeah, and then so my next note is when the new villains, because they all teamed up. Because he said the enemy of my enemy is my friend. So now he's working with them, and they're flying a huge helicopter over Los Angeles.
Yeah, like that
Like-
weird like.
Well, no, like there are army bases there. There's LAPD with crazy technology, and they're fine. They don't notice something entering their airspace.
Yeah, the only time LAPD shows up is when they catch someone speeding.
Yeah. And then they get fucked. Because
Dude, that's my next note is bye-bye cop because you get destroyed by the missile.
well, no, we see the fucking Predator. That thing is
Yeah, they send out the
terrifying.
Predator, and that's what the cop is killed instantly with the missile from the
Well, and
Predator.
then fucking Brian is getting locked on, and this is when we get the
Dude,
ridiculous car switch
so
scene.
I have, how is she, because she's like, get ready to switch, and I was like, how are you going to switch cars? How? And then I was like, how the fuck did they, because they both drifted.
Impossible.
How did they drift perfectly, and she jumped window to window?
Because she would definitely get. There's no time to jump.
And it was,
she would be cut in half
oh,
by the cars.
Ridiculous, but awesome. Dude, it was so much fun, dude. It was so much fun. And then we cut to Dom and Shaw.
Chicken round two.
Chicken round two. I said, Dom's a badass.
'Cause
head-on collision.
Well, because we talked about the first time he did it. How does that help? How
No.
does lifting your car up help? Fucking
Here
found
we go.
out.
Dude, he lifts it up and then just boom, boom, shotgun.
Oh my
through it.
God.
Dude, I was like, that's so fucking smart.
Yeah, no,
But how did it not hit Shaw?
Because it hits his fucking headrest.
Oh
It's
my
a sawed-off
God.
shotgun.
Dude.
Like, do you know how loose the grouping is on a
And he did fucking 2 shots.
Yeah, like
dude.
no, like that grouping is so fucking huge that it wouldn't be.
I mean, he was shooting it through his floor.
Still,
Yeah, dude.
because like a normal
But
shotgun.
it was so badass. Like that's genius thinking.
Yes.
Genius thinking from Dom.
Then
But too bad he missed, dude.
yeah, I know.
And then it cuts to The Rock, still in the hospital.
Well, because we see that because she was hacking, and then they take down a fucking not cell tower, but just a tower.
a tower, which is how she was able to hack.
Yeah, and then we see Hobbs sees it.
Yeah, Hobbs sees fire in the city. And then I said, you got to go help, man. And then this is the quote, Daddy's got to go to work.
And then he looks down at his cast.
He busted out of his arm cast with his own strength.
I could watch that scene as a pre-workout.
Dude.
That got me so fucking
my
pumped.
God, dude. I love The Rock so much. He literally just looked at it and went, and then he just like stretched his arm and cracked it and it was fine.
Yep.
Like he basically just healed himself, dude.
But this next scene pissed me off because we're cut back to Dom.
Yeah, Dom and Shaw fighting.
And he's got a fucking shotgun on him. And he's like, no. And he shoots it in the air. Because I'm going to blow his fucking head off. Do it for Han. Instead, he takes out 2 wrenches.
2 giant wrenches.
Well, because remember, he almost killed a man with a wrench the first time.
Yeah, so I'm like, fuck yes.
And then Shaw takes 2
windshield wipers or 2 scraps of like it was
not
like
windshield,
no,
they're
but
like
it was like scraps of like tiny metal.
Which one? That is not heat treated metal. Like the wrenches would destroy.
yeah.
Like you couldn't do that. But also, no way Dom could take on Shaw in a hand-to-hand combat fight.
Like, because Shaw kept up with The Rock in a hand-to-hand combat fight.
I think he could have beat. Like Shaw is the best of the best. The Rock's only advantage is how much bigger he is. Granted, the Dom did beat The Rock, which whatever, that wouldn't happen either. But there's literally no.
But I think you're forgetting about Dom's signature move.
Family. Oh no, the headbutt.
headbutt.
I have this. I have that written too.
The headbutt.
I miss my favorite
Dude,
moment.
why does he do that so much?
My favorite moment
What
of
is
6
that
was
move?
the flying headbutt. I wish it was that. Whereas that ridiculous.
Yeah, but he still headbutts.
Yeah, no, because that's my
Is
notes.
that-
All caps headbutt.
You think that was you think that's Vin Diesel's idea? You think
just
he's like, can I headbutt
He's
him?
like, well, if I headbutt him.
What if I headbutt him? Okay, so now it cuts back, and
The cops are chasing
the cops are chasing.
a car which is being attacked by a drone. Why are you still chasing the car?
Yeah. Then the Predator's going after Roman because Roman and Tage have Ramsey,
Yes.
and then Letty's like, Letty has to come pick her up. She's the next hot potato.
But the next thing we see is just their car get exploded, and like I'm like, all right, so they aren't in the car, so
Yeah,
they
jumped
dive out and,
under a bridge.
and no one guessed that they don't. No one checked. They were just like, oh, she's gone. They're like, wait, she's still
Well, that's
hacking.
because God's eye.
I
They
know.
saw him on God's eye, dude. At this point, but it's so funny that they are sort of tricking the bad guys.
Who have all the power
Because
in the
the
world.
first time they switch the cars, they think she's dead.
Yep.
And then
just
they
again.
trick him again. And it's just like, you guys are the smartest, most technical bad guys. And you go, oh, we got her. No, you didn't.
But they also only think they got her for a second. Because they're going to say like, wait, she's still there. And they're like, how?
And then we cut to, so Brian's cutting, trying to go set up a cell tower or something.
He's hacking into
a cell
I
or cutting
never
a wire
understood
or
that,
whatever.
yeah.
But he
That-
runs into his villain.
Yeah, that dude fights like a fucking spider monkey. He is
This
terror.
guy, this
He's so
this guy's insane.
the fucking where he pushes the cart against him, and the man walks backwards up a wall, and then brings that fucking heel. That
oh my god, dude, this guy. Is
I watched that scene 3 times. That was so good.
It's such a scary fight. But then
the door slide,
dude, the door slide down this. They went down so many flights of stairs.
How are there that many? There's like 8 flights probably.
Yeah, but all in a row.
Yeah. It's a long building,
Yeah, geez, the weed.
but
dude,
that
was
reminded
so
me
insane.
of like sliding down stairs on a bed, like on a mattress.
Oh yeah, but just imagine on a metal door for 8 stories, while getting punched, while punching people.
Yeah.
Like, dude, how did they not like hit their fucking heads or something?
How did they not like? How did they stay on the door the entire time? Because also that door has a knob on it. You think that would get caught on?
Oh yeah, and then it would flip, dude. And then The Rock shows up in a fucking ambulance. Did he steal the ambulance?
I think so, yeah.
He
And
stole
he's
the
just
dude.
perfectly
And then I
crashed-
said, "Fuck yes, Rock," and he says, "Woman again,
woman.
woman, I am the cavalry."
Yeah, and then she just smiles.
Because Letty goes, where's the cavalry? And he goes, woman, I am the cavalry.
And I love the scene when we're back at the helicopter and he's like, someone just double tapped the drone. Like,
Because he literally, dude,
sees the little camera looking up
and
at
just
him.
bam, bam. And then I have another quote, dude. So it cuts back to Dom and Shaw on the roof.
The dumbest. Because is this after they shoot the missile at the roof?
This is the dumbest line ever. Because he goes, the thing about a street fight is the street always wins.
And he stomps.
And he stomps, and then the building
He
collapses.
stomps. That's what was holding the building together. A stomp's worth of pressure. Like,
but then Shaw falls through, and then Dom's like, fuck, because he's on top of the building.
but I knew the minute we saw the helicopter, someone's going to hit it with a car.
Well, before that, dude, I said, The Rock is such a beast.
No, I love him.
Dude.
Less is more, apparently. I liked just the flavors thrown in.
No, but this is so ridiculous. The Rock is walking through the middle of a street in LA with a fucking
Turret.
minigun, holding it, and he's looking fucking so good, just shooting at a fucking plane.
Oh, he's aiming. Like,
Dude.
he's got it, yeah.
And it's just like that scene was it was so ridiculous.
I wonder
but-
how impossible it is to hold one of those and shoot it. 'Cause
and shoot accurately.
It's all the time, and like the Predator uses it
Dude,
and shit like
it's
that.
so good. And then I said, God damn it, Dom. Because he's trying to hit the
said,
fucking plane.
Don't miss. Or don't miss. I can't do it. I don't
And
even
then
know his
he
voice.
fucking missed.
I know.
Because the plane pulled away, and I was like, fuck.
And I was like, your poor fucking car again.
But then I realized
didn't?
he didn't. The backpack of grenades.
Which he didn't pull a pin out of. Because
But no, the Rock shoots it.
Yeah, he sees
How does
it.
the
He's-
Rock see a backpack that
on a
far?
helicopter.
And he's like, oh, I know that backpack's full of grenades.
Yeah, what
How
the
does
fuck?
he- Yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
You know what I mean?
Like, that's a grenade backpack.
That's a grenade backpack.
You son of a bitch.
Let me fucking shoot that dude
Another quick Google. Can you shoot a grenade
and blow up.
and make it explode? It is possible to make a grenade explode by shooting it with a gun, but it is more difficult to do so with a handgun. It's more likely a grenade would explode if shot with a sniper rifle.
Well, what about a minigun?
Or I think he uses his handgun for
Oh,
that.
yeah, he pulls out and goes,
giant
bam.
fucking handgun,
Dude.
yeah.
The building collapses.
Yeah.
Dom's fucked. Brian is trying to save him.
Well,
Because
no,
Brian has trained.
He's a first responder.
Yeah, Brian has trained.
Because he checks his pulse
CPR.
and then gives instructions to do
And
CPR,
he's
which
like-
means his heart is not.
And he's like,
working.
Letty, breathe in while I pump.
And then she's just screaming at him to
It's
stop,
to
get
stop.
off him. I was so mad during this scene.
Dude, it fucking sucks. But then, like, Letty grabs Dom, and, like, Dom has, like, he's, like, bleeding from his head.
Barely.
Yeah, but then, like, it's getting all these flashbacks because you realize.
She's like, I remember.
I remember now. And then you realize the fucking necklace is the wedding ring. This is when you find out they're married, dude.
And also, I love Dom got married in a tank top.
Yep.
And also, wait, I have a lot of notes on this scene, actually. Because when they're giving their vows or whatever, she's like, if you die, I die. And then I'm like, apparently Dom didn't feel the same way because she died. And what was Dom doing a year later? Fucking lady cop. Or what's her name?
Elena.
Elena, yeah.
Elena.
Fucking lady cop on a beach. Like,
Yeah, with millions of dollars. But then, dude.
but like she tried to she successfully restarted her heart with memories. Like,
but I know. Okay, here's where we differentiate.
This pissed me off.
because this scene made you fucking mad.
it kind of ruined the movie for me for a little
Really?
bit. Yeah, like
Because-
I was really, really mad about this. 'Cause it was so stupid.
My note was this scene made me cry.
I was pissed.
I teared up, dude, and because I was so worried. I was so worried and sad, and like this, like just like seeing the.
You've seen the cover of Fate and the Furious. You know he's on it.
Yeah, but I was in the moment, dude. I wasn't thinking. It was in the moment of the movie, dude. I was so worried, and then I was also like so happy, and just seeing the memories of them together. And
I
seeing,
did like
and
that. I liked seeing the wedding.
Yeah, and seeing like Letty and them like happy and like.
But like this made
old
me uncomfortable
flashbacks.
about the necklace. The idea of how many hands it's passed.
Yeah, and then I was so happy that she remembers, and then I said, "Fuck yeah, booyah!" They got Shaw.
Booyah. Because my next note is there is absolutely no way that if Hobbs came across Shaw, like knocked out, he would not just break his neck.
Yeah.
No way. He has no problem killing people.
Just
Shaw is too dangerous to be alive.
You've killed people before.
We've seen him straight up snap people's necks.
Yeah, but then when it's a highly criminal, you're like, oh, we're just gonna lock him up.
I want to bring him in. No, he's at the bottom of a destroyed parking garage. Hit him in the face with a stone. Like, kill him. Just kill him.
He was already fucked. You know what I mean? But then, nope. He put him in like this super lockdown, solitary, and I'm pretty sure he says like,
dig through like 30 whatever of concrete.
And I'll be there
to kill you.
To kill you. But he's like, I'll get out of this.
Well, because also I did like the scene where they're walking through a hallway and turrets keep turning at him and like, that's not for you. That's so I don't kill you.
Yeah, that's fucking insane.
I liked that.
Dude. And then I go, happy ending again. I was so like, here we go, happy ending. Just like the end of 6, just like the end of like
the moment she called for Brian to like, hey, come play with Jack. I like that hit me. I was like, oh fuck,
dude. So at first I said, because it cuts to Roman says, I think Roman says things aren't going to be the same anymore.
Okay.
He says something about that because they're on the beach, and then Dom just gets up and leaves.
Yeah, that was weird because he didn't want to say goodbye.
Yeah, without Letty, and I was like, what the heck?
Oh yeah.
I didn't think about that. He literally just drives by, like leaves by himself.
Yeah, he wasn't with Letty.
And like literally,
was Letty on the beach?
Yeah, they were all there.
They all were. Okay.
They were all there.
I knew Roman was there.
Tage was there.
I think even what's her name? The hacker girl.
Oh yeah, she was there. Yeah.
Ramsey.
Yeah, Ramsey was there. And then it was cool seeing Brian as a dad. And literally, dude.
And she's like got a little bump now.
I know I said this earlier, but I was so in the moment of this movie, I forgot Paul Walker died in real life.
See, I
didn't know that this was his last movie.
See, what made me mad is during the intro credits, they promoted the soundtrack for this movie, and I knew that song because they played the "See You Again" song. I knew that was the song that played after he died.
At the end.
So I was pissed that they put that in the beginning because I didn't know if he died in this one or the next one.
I guess I didn't know that song.
I did.
Yeah. So Brian pulls up and he's like, "You think you can leave without saying goodbye?" And then it goes into like this montage of
them looking at each other, and then like
and then Dom goes into this voiceover thing with clips of Brian from old movies, and I was like, "Oh,
right now I feel like
I lost it, dude. I fucking like this was rough, dude."
And like we've only been watching these movies for 2 months.
And
we hated Brian at the beginning.
I know he was so bad, and it's just like, dude, it fucking sucks. And it caught me so off guard because I didn't expect it because I was enjoying this movie so much.
And then just the for Paul at the end,
dude. Yeah, I literally for Paul, and I was like, God fucking damn it,
what
dude.
a good like. I'm so glad that because they considered not finishing this movie. And like, because also I know that like they are all great friends in real life,
which is really
like
cool.
I think Vin Diesel and Paul were like best friends. Like, dude, because they've known each other for
2001. So at this point,
15 years. Yeah,
15 years, 14 years.
And he fucking died in a car crash because he was he did driving like that.
He loved racing.
Because he died, I think November 30th, and they all found out
2013,
and they all found out December 1st,
which is insane. So he died out in 2013, the year 6 came out.
Fuck.
And then this movie came out in 2015. So
but 6 had already been out because it came out before November.
It came out before that. Yeah,
I'd imagine.
But Jesus Christ, I'm crying again.
And like
I forgot he died in real life, and now Brian, Buster, O'Connor,
Bullet,
Polly Boy, is gone. That means he's gone, dude. That means he's not in the rest of the movies. Like that's just. And I said, "Fuck!" Did not expect to get this fucking sad.
Well, because also
I did not expect to get. I did not expect to get ruined, dude.
Well, I was weird like, because the actor died.
It wrecked me. And then I went to bed afterwards, and I was like fucking depressed.
Yeah, like it's weird. Like
this was sad as fuck.
It'd be like a bummer if Brian died, but like no fucking Paul. Like
it was like an actual in memoriam.
Yeah, like this is their friend,
but they had to kill him off, and like.
Well, I'm glad they didn't kill him off.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Like they showed like clips from movies 1 through 6, like
him with all the people.
And it was all like the happy, smiling, like him and
Mia.
Dude, it was like, God damn it, dude.
It was, and knowing like that, his brothers were the ones who like filled in for him. Dude. I love that. I'm so glad that they finished it.
And then just ends, dude.
Because I wish this movie was the last one,
dude. why did you keep going at this point?
Because I can't imagine
There was no cliffhanger. There was no last scene.
Because this movie makes me happy that 6 existed.
Really?
Because
it's more Brian.
I mean, just because if this was the last movie, I'd be then I'm glad it made it up to this point.
Then I'm content.
But the fact that there's 3 more and they're making more now, it's so weird.
There's
but
Fate of the Furious, Hobbs and Shaw, F9 that are out right now. They're making 10 and they're in works of 11.
But also you got to think like all these other characters are so attached, or all these other actors are so attached to their characters, and they're like, I get the idea of wanting your character. Like, no, there's more to be told here. But also the rest is just blockbuster stuff, which this was just blockbuster, but it had.
But also, like, here's what's crazy. Like, the group was so big. But now, like, Brian, who was the main guy in the group, is gone. You got Han's gone. Giselle's gone. Those 2 arguing dudes are gone.
So what? Yeah, we got Roman,
Tage, Dom,
Letty,
Rock.
Yeah, and Hobbs. Yeah. Is that it?
And then
sure
Elena,
they bring in
and then we got the Ramsey now, I guess, is part of the crew.
Yeah, because I think
maybe.
She stays, yeah.
Like,
Which I did like that, her.
But it's like, Brian is like, literally
the root.
First movie, he was the main guy.
No, because he's 100% the main character.
And it fucking sucks, dude. I'm like nervous to watch Fate. I'm like nervous to watch. Like, I thought Fate of the Furious was because they called it Fate.
I thought that's the one he died.
I thought that's the one he died.
Me too. Wait,
this was just called Furious 7, dude.
Because I do have a quote from Vin Diesel about that.
Oh, I think I read a quote about like how they talked about stopping this.
Yeah,
I think I remember reading that.
In an interview with Vin Diesel, he stated, Furious 7 was for Paul. The fate of the Furious is from Paul.
What does that mean?
I don't know, but it makes me think that it has to count for something.
It's from Paul. Did Paul Walker like help write it, or help? Maybe he had an idea to continue the story because he died unexpectedly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I
feel like all these people, Vin Diesel and all, like this is their movies.
Oh, absolutely. Like, yeah, this is their
they're parts of. They're not just actors,
right? Yeah,
I feel like they're helping. Like so maybe Fate was like Paul's, but then they had to adjust Furious 7 because of the ending because they didn't expect. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I mean, he said it's from Paul, so it's got to mean something.
Yeah, that's weird. I wonder if they addressed that at all.
He was 40 when he died.
Damn.
Yeah.
He still looked fucking.
He looks better.
Yeah, he looked so good. I'm so attached now to Brian.
I know.
And it sucks. He's like, that's why I'm like, it sucks because like I was saying like some of these I won't ever go back and watch, but now that Brian's not there, it's like fuck. This is my only good thing of Brian.
Yeah.
And like, Paul Walker's in other movies, but this is his hugest.
He's in a lot more movies than I expected.
A lot of smaller movies I've never heard of.
Because I remember, because this wasn't the last movie that came out with him in it.
Oh, it wasn't?
Brick House was the last movie that came out with him in it. And I remember I worked in a movie theater when that came out. So I remember like going in just to see what it was. And it was very similar. Like he was like a cop doing undercover shit or whatever. So it was very similar.
God, I remember like when he died and like I
heard about it. And like, people were fucked up.
And I wasn't a fan of the series. And I was like, oh, that sucks. You
know?
I
think that's... And it was like weird that he died in a car crash.
He died in a car crash because he was Fast and Furious. But now we're late to the party, dude.
I know.
Because those people had seen the movies. And that's why they
grew up with the movies.
And that's why they were fucked up, dude. Because...
No, I remember people being like destroyed about his death.
This fucking destroyed me. I woke up the next day feeling destroyed.
Yeah, like it's... Yeah, because I mean, I just watched it today. I was like, fuck.
And it's just like, man, dude. Because I didn't... So here's my final thoughts. This is my last paragraph. Final thoughts.
Okay.
I said, this was really good, but ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
So sad, but seriously should be done now.
Yeah.
Fucking end it.
Yeah.
I get it. I get you're making money, but like the main guy is dead.
Yeah.
End it. I said, I still think 5 is my favorite.
Yes.
But I give this a 7.5 out of 10.
I also gave it a 7.5 out of 10.
That's insane, dude.
So it's tied with 5, right?
Yeah, it's tied, but I still think 5 is my favorite.
Yep.
I said, I'm fucking crying, and you know it's good when you cry.
Yeah.
Like,
and it was like
this is a fucking joke series we started, and I'm bawling.
I care, yeah. Because
what is happening to us?
Because this movie was fun. It was funny. It had good action.
Yeah, it was great. Like, it was like 6 was fine.
6 I didn't love.
But, like, I really enjoyed this. And, like, Furious 7 kind of breaks down into 3 giant scenes.
Yeah.
3 giant epic fight scenes. Like, that's, you know what I mean? Like, they were all long fucking aggressive, intense scene.
And somehow they still made us care within it.
And then because because we've watched them, the development, the character development, the family aspect, the fucking like. I know it's cheesy and ridiculous, but it's also like, I guess it fucking is. It's working.
Yeah.
7.5 for Furious 7, tied with Fast 5. Those.
I'll still put 5 first because I enjoyed that movie the most.
But now like I would watch this again.
Yeah.
But I know I will cry every time. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Fast 5 is fun.
Yes. Purely fun.
It's just a fun movie to put on.
It's ridiculous, but it's good.
So now Furious 7 is like it's fun until the end, and then it's a sad, and then you feel fucking
crazy sad, yeah.
And then it's just like, God damn it.
Okay, but I will admit, I will change my ranking.
Whoa.
I am putting 1 above 3 now.
Okay, so Tokyo
because
Drift
I realized that I truly do care about this character.
Yeah, that's the problem.
My whole thing was I didn't like Dom and Brian in the first one; they were fine, and I loved Han in the third one. But now I'm like, no, I truly care about Letty.
Yeah,
that's
the problem.
I don't care about Bama Boy ever. So I am now changing it from now 3 is the worst one.
Fuck yeah, joined him. Yes. Well, when you first
we ranked them the same number.
Yeah, Brian was so bad in the first movie.
I know.
But like
great in the past 3.
But like the character development and like the relationships and like, man, just seeing the clips of like, it was fucking rough, dude. And then it just for Paul.
Yeah.
And then that's when I fucking lost it because it wasn't just like, it was like it broke the fourth wall. Well, it wasn't just for Brian; it was for Paul.
Also, like that, it wasn't dedicated in the honor of our friend who died. Like it was just for Paul. That's it.
Yeah, just simplicity.
Yep.
God damn
not
it,
like
dude.
not even for Paul, like Walker. Like no, just for Paul.
Just for Paul. And if you know, you know.
Yeah.
Which everyone should know. He's the main fucking guy, dude.
Yeah. No.
Furious 7. Wow. Fucking
great movie. Horrible title.
And just like it's crazy. Like we are now.
It's ridiculous.
And now we're attached. Like
this bit us in the ass. We thought it was so funny and stupid to do this.
And like it was a bit that we were committing to, and now we're fucking crying over the death. I mean, it's sad.
It's a real death.
Yeah, it's a real death.
No, like that. I was sad about it when I just heard about it when it happened.
Yeah,
but
like it like really. And this happened 7 years ago, and now we're fucking really crying about it.
Yeah, and like it's gonna be hard to watch 8.
It's gonna be really hard to watch 8 because like I love the relationship between Vinny Boy and Paul.
Yeah,
like they're so good together.
Yeah.
Like, what is... I just don't know what's going to happen.
Because also something that kind of bums me out, too, is I feel like Mia can't be in them in the future now either.
So I think the start of 8 is saying that Mia and Brian retired.
Yeah.
They got out of the business.
Which
is good because Jack...
And
then their baby
girl.
Baby girl.
So maybe like there'll be like a phone call scene with her or something.
Happy. Yeah, they're happy.
And like... Yep. So Brian
happy, content.
exists
so
in this
Brian
world.
exists and he's happy and done with it, which is nice.
I'm really glad they didn't kill him off because that's what you thought initially. Is that they were like, oh no, Brian's dead in like the next movie. But like the fact that it's like,
I'm glad they didn't. Yeah, because that would have.
I mean, that
I love the way they did that, where they were driving together and then they just took separate paths.
Yeah. And like also it makes sense for him to retire now because like
because he has a fucking family.
Yeah.
But it's just fucking tough. And then Vin Diesel, like, he starts his thing like, I used to live my life a quarter mile at a time. But then he goes into, and then I forgot what he was saying because I was crying. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was just so into it. But that was our review of Furious 7. Kind of ends on a bummer. The whole episode was excitement.
But the whole movie ended on a bummer, too.
I mean, but, like, what else can you do?
Right, yeah. No, I...
And I think that's what... It's fucking good, dude.
Good for James Wan. He handled this movie incredibly. The director.
I can't imagine fucking one of your main actors.
In the middle of production, yeah.
And then you keep production going.
I bet
they paused for a couple months.
Yeah, and I bet the team was like, "No, like this is a story we want to tell."
And you got to do, and I think Paul Walker was so into this.
I mean, yeah, this character was
was him. So it's like you got to continue and tell his story. You got to let him have a good ending.
Yeah, because like imagine
you can't just not put it. Can you imagine if they just ended at Furious 6? Furious 6 sucked.
Yeah, true.
Or Fast 6 or whatever it was called. Fast and Furious 6.
Yeah, I think it was that.
Yeah, it was just like, I mean, it was fine, but it was like, and it ended on a cliffhanger. But then if he died and they just, then so I get it.
All right. So,
but
for the Moisten the Monday, for Paul.